Welcome back to Mik'd Up. Today's Friday, July 15th. And a nice, rainy, hot summer day.
Fellas, we're just doing a show over here.
Hey!
In Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We're live from Uncle Earl's. We're brought to you by Sterling Automotive. I got some people in the crowd. A few.
What else would you want to do on a day like today?
I mean, honestly, it's probably hard for people to get here on today. It's still rainy. Baton Rouge traffic is stinky.
Shit.
And it's we got a show. We got a show.
We got people.
I don't know how good the show's gonna be, but we got a show.
The show must go on.
I'm just joking. The show's always great. It's always fun. It's always good. We're gonna be drinking on the air. We're kind of in a little bit of a lull. I know you skipped your.
I didn't skip. I was just sick. Canceled.
Oh.
Next Tuesday.
Oh, it's good for you though, because you had to cancel anyway.
I know. So I will see her next Tuesday.
Nice interview. Good fun interview. But we got a few things to talk about. Team USA won the bronze. I don't know if that's disappointing or not, but
if it's not gold, I don't want it.
Look, I will say this: they had some teams in there that were good. Curaçao's usually good at baseball. Cuba's good at baseball. Japan's good at baseball. Italy.
I feel like there's some good players like on this team. So like if they won bronze, I'm just thinking like which one of these like countries is just bringing like some
well, they're
absolute
close games.
stars.
They had 2 games where they lost to Curaçao. They were 1-run games and extra innings. So like
they should have won the other, like the semifinal game. They should have won that one.
But
they left a lot of people on base.
Here's the deal: baseball is a game of.
I feel like he's the only one that's been watching.
Huh?
I feel like he's the only one that's been watching.
Jack
Jack.
highlights.
Oh, okay. You did your research.
George Cruz has been sending me updates. I've been getting live updates from
under the hit.
He's on first name basis.
George, first names.
Yeah.
He's been sending me updates. Like that's what I'm getting. I'm not getting up at 5:30 in the morning to watch the games.
That's what I'm saying. He is.
That's what
they
time
weren't
they
that
play?
early.
Some of them were.
Some of them they usually start at like 9.
Yeah, that's a little early.
He's
For me
awake.
The first one was at 6.
You think I'm awake at my house watching stuff?
The first one was at 6 in the
work.
morning, but the rest of them were pretty good times.
Yeah.
One of them was at like noon our time.
But
they played at night over there.
They won the bronze. It's the tricky thing with Team USA is you're not with these guys, like you know these guys, but you're not with they're not your teammates throughout the course of the year. You don't build that chemistry. You don't build like the rapport with the guys, and you're playing based off of pure talent. And you have a lot of talent, but you don't have enough time to come together and just kind of be a squad. You don't have that.
It's quick. And Curaçao was throwing ephyses up there.
Yeah.
I mean,
ephyses are
65 miles an hour.
Under the hitting speed. Under the hitting speed.
It's a real thing.
That's why when position players come in and they try to throw and they throw in like 80, they get their tits ripped. When they come in there and they throw 58 and 62 and they're lobbing in there, that's why they don't get hit because that's under the hitting speed.
people up,
We
balls
were
rolled
talking
over.
about that
Yeah.
today. Me and you were talking about that in the kitchen today. How whenever, like, if you had maybe like your third, I mean, obviously it was high school baseball, but when like you're your third or fourth guy that's like he's not very good, but the better players on the team would always struggle. It'd be like I would fucking rip him, but like our 3rd and 4th hole hitter would be like I can't get a feel on this guy. It's like yeah, he stinks. I mean, some guys are just, they don't hit that pitching well.
That's why you see teams that like when you play a team in the midweek that aren't known for being good baseball teams, and they throw guys throwing 80. Sometimes those guys can give guys issues because you're not used to seeing that. You haven't probably seen 80-mile-an-hour fastball since you've been in high school.
Turns into the same thing in pro ball when you get guys up there. Like if you ran into a guy that was like 88 to 90, 87 to 90, like bro, I can't wait for this.
I can't wait. I can't sit here long enough to hit the ball. Then you go. And the worst thing to do ever is to have to face a position player pitching. Because you don't want to get out. You really just don't want to strike out.
They also don't do anything like pitchers either. Like they literally get up there and they just roll through everything. So you just kind of like, what's going on?
But then you have a guy who comes in there and he wants to really show it off. And he's somehow this guy's throwing 91, 92 as a position player. And he goes 92, and then he goes 78. Then he goes 79. Then he goes 60. Then he goes 92. And he throws you and you're like, hey, bro, I don't want to face you. Just underhand toss it to me and let me get out of here. I'm not trying to get out.
Hey,
get me out of here.
Do you remember that guy that was with the Orioles for a while that was a knuckleballer, but he threw 92 on the mound as well?
Yeah,
was it Gamboa?
Gamboa. I played with him. He actually played with me in Tampa.
It's the worst.
And his knuckleball was kind of hard.
Yeah, it was the worst. I was like, man, if y'all don't get this dude off the mound,
This man out my game.
he would throw his knuckleball, and his knuckleball was like 80. Now his knuckleball would get hit more than most knuckleballers because it was a harder knuckleball, so it didn't have as much time to dance.
It was like 76-8.
Yeah.
Like
right.
Yeah.
But he would have a good one?
He legit had a fastball that looked just like it. It was like 92.
92.
So I'm basically looking at 76 to 80 or 92. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, so it was
You're just guessing one way or the other.
But the worst knuckleballer ever to face was R.A. Dickey. Because he
like
would
that
throw
man
this
mastered
ball
the
at your
knuckleball.
head, dude, and that ball would be here, and then sometimes it would stay at your eyes, and then sometimes it'd come here and it'd go zoop, and it'd come down, and sometimes it would be at your waist, and it'd go and it'd hit you right in the nuts. Like, you just didn't know where it was gonna go, and he was the worst. That's why he played for so long in the big leagues and pitched for so long, and he's kind of an asshole though.
So I've heard. It's just stories that I've heard.
I mean, Josh Tolley was his catcher. I will vividly remember. I'm hitting in Toronto, and
Tolley made a career off of him, by the way. Anyway.
no doubt, Tolley was his guy. He only wanted Tolley to catch him.
Yeah.
I'm hitting, guy on first base. All right, Dickey's up. All right, great. First pitch, knuckleball. I'm waiting, making him throw me a strike. Not swinging at knuckleballs. First one, swoop, totally whiffs it. Guy gets a second. Next pitch, totally whiffs it. Guy gets to third base, right? Next pitch, totally whiffs it. Guy comes home. 3 straight wild pitches. He's covering home. R.A. Dickey goes to cover home. Tolley gets the ball. Guy scores. He's motherfucking Tolley, talking about how bad he sucks. Catch the fucking baseball, this and that. Tolley throws the ball back to him, puts his mask back on, starts motherfucking him back under his breath. I'm in the box. I'm a rookie. I'm like,
oh, this is great.
This is awesome. Like,
The
great.
big leagues are awesome.
Next pitch right down the middle, double off the wall. I was like, he threw me a little cookie fastball because he's 3-0, like whatever. Nobody on base anymore. I was like, this is awesome.
Well, you know,
Keep getting mad.
You know, R.A. Dickey's probably like, "Whoa, catch this one. Here's a little fastball for you." 86.
I'm thinking like, hey, dude, he's the only guy that can catch you. You're throwing a knuckleball that doesn't stay straight. Like, you can't complain at somebody missing.
I agree with that, but he was probably also saying, like, you know how much money I've made you? Just catch the ball.
It's hard. It's hard to do is catch the ball. But, knuckleballers, there's no more. Tampa Bay won spring training in Tampa Bay fashion, had an early spring training, and it was a knuckleball pitching camp.
That's pretty funny.
So they would get these backup catchers and these guys, and they brought them all to spring training 2 weeks early, and they tried to teach them on knuckleball. And then the young guys had to go there and take at-bats off of these guys.
Yeah. Well,
And this was brutal. It didn't work out.
I'm just
They
thinking.
they scrapped the program.
I guess with the analytics, the knuckleball guy is dead right now, huh? Like that can't be a thing right now.
No, I think there was only one knuckleballer that I faced in the last 2 years, really. Like, I don't think that anybody. I mean, they don't. It's over.
But so
Knuckleball's
they
over.
can't quantify.
They'll come
it.
back at some point.
They don't know
but
how to.
It's over. It's over. But we're talking a little baseball. We're gonna talk. Okay.
Real quick, we just had a couple questions in the chat. Wondering, you
Already?
mentioned the term hitting speed. People are wondering what that means. Like you said, below hitting speed.
Okay, so
little
when I-
inside baseball.
Yeah, when I say below hitting speed, right? So like when I got to the big leagues, the average fastball velocity is 90. Was like 91, right? Now the average fastball in the big leagues is like 94, right? So anywhere between like 90 and 94 is like cookie hitting speed, right? Anything over 94 is kind of above average fastball. Anything below like that makes it feel like it's an abnormal speed, like super slow, that's what you would consider like below the hitting speed. Like balls that almost have like a lollipop that like takes you out of like your normal load and your timing. You're like, oh.
Feels like
and
you're
you
hitting a
gotta go.
changeup, but it's a
Yeah, it
fastball.
feels like you're hitting a changeup, but it's a fastball. Like that's below the hitting speed. And you see
Right.
these, like something super slow. That's why these guys, position players, get guys out, right? And like they try to throw 82. It's like, well, that's kind of a BP fastball. I can time that up. But 75, like it's kind of hard to time up. 60 feet 6 inches, like that's. So that's when we say like it's not like a official term. That's just like a baseball term. Like, man, this guy throws below the hitting speed. It sucks.
But
Can't hit him.
the weird part about it is if you got a position player throwing 82, it's great. If you got a real pitcher throwing 82,
Yeah, right.
You're like, what is this?
Right.
This is way below that. I don't know what to
Like
do.
if the position player's throwing 82, you treat it as batting practice.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is batting practice speed, basically. When a pitcher is throwing 82, you're expecting him to like
Rock and fire.
Yeah, rock and fire, and he has a whole wind up, and it's like, so your timing gets, and you're only facing him for like, probably a guy throwing that soft probably for an inning or two.
Yeah, you don't.
He won't get
don't
one
send
time
him
through the lineup, usually.
Yeah.
Right, and so like, it's just kind of like a little change-up type thing, and it's not an official term. It's just a baseball player term. Hey, this guy throws so below the hitting speed. That's why he's getting guys out. You know?
Greenies.
Huh?
Another like unofficial official baseball term.
Well, I mean, greenies were actually a thing.
Yeah, but I feel like
that's definitely not that unofficial.
I mean, greenies were basically Adderall.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Took one today.
They'd have
The
coffee
game was
greenies.
cleaner then, though.
They'd have coffee
going on.
greenies.
Have you heard that story?
Yeah, where you have one coffee with a different top with the greenies in. You had another coffee that was the regular coffee.
The
guys
decaf
who
was
wanted
actually the extra cap.
Right, guys who wanted the greenies would pour the Adderall coffee basically into their thing, and you have caffeine plus your Adderall, and you're fucking this, and then you have the other coffee that's just regular coffee. Well, one of the guys got switched, and guy wasn't playing and didn't realize he drank the greenie
it wasn't even a
coffee.
player. It was a clubby.
Yeah,
He didn't know.
clubby.
It was like a security guard that didn't know that they did that, and he was like, "Oh, he had 3 cups of the greenie coffee." He almost
probably didn't
fucking
sleep for 2 days.
No, he
Almost
almost fucking died. And I think Dan Ugla told the story. I think it was with the Marlins, and he was like, "We didn't tell a soul. We got them to back up an ambulance, put him on the ambulance. Nobody saw anything. We're like, because if Major League Baseball finds out, we are fucked.
No doubt.
Because this was not the '80s. This is like the 2000s.
Yeah.
And so if they found out that like
Yeah,
we're
Dan
still
Douglas
doing,
seemed like he was all natural too. I think.
of course, the
He didn't
biggest.
have big forearms or anything.
Well,
What do you mean?
Hey, it was
Dan was all hard. He was a grinder.
all hard protein shakes and curls
and
and
fucking can do.
that's it.
He
But-
took so many
Good pitch
ground balls off
selection,
the
you know.
chest.
Yeah, he
Just,
did.
I don't think he brought a glove out to the field.
He just hit. He was like he was that stretch of time.
360 days till hockey season. I got to toughen up.
He was that era of baseball where like second basemen hit 30+ home runs. Like that's what like Utley, him, Roberts had a big couple
Robinson
years.
Cano.
Robinson Cano, Kinsler. Like Kinsler kind of kept going, but like he was in that middle of that. Like all these guys hit 30+ homers, and that's kind of what they didn't care about defense at second. All they cared about was popping the homers, and that's kind of what was
Play
going
hockey
on.
over there. Knock it down.
That's it.
A lot of baseball talk. Big weekend, last weekend of the first half of the season. You got
Yeah.
Home Run Derby, which I think is on Monday.
Monday night.
Which I don't know. I never watched the Home Run Derby.
It's so long.
Yeah, like it's just.
Well,
it's
I watched like a little bit of it. I'm like, all right.
It's like
I get
it's like the dunk contest. It's like the 3-point dunk. Actually, I'd rather watch the the 3-point contest
yeah.
over the dunk contest.
Yeah.
Now,
Dude, that's electric to gamble on, by the way.
the 3-point contest.
Oh my god, so much fun.
Speaking of gambling,
Plus, it makes me every time I watch the home run derby, it makes me laugh because I'm like, bro, look at how far these balls are going. Like this don't even.
yeah, they
make
come out the
sense.
refrigerator.
Exactly. But no one knows that. But I'm like, this don't even make. This is ridiculous. how
They
far
are
these
so
balls are
tightly.
flying.
They're different baseballs.
They're like
doubt.
hitting golf
So
balls.
tightly.
Oh, you know what's
Like,
the golf
also,
balls.
can we get the little kids off the outfield? Out the outfield.
They're
I
gonna
don't
take.
even understand it. I'm just surprised none of. I'm not even trying to be funny, but I'm
Bro.
surprised none of them have like been hospitalized.
Oh, it happens.
have-
They don't show it. They're just cutting the camera
You
real
have
quick.
these guys who are hitting the best home run guys in all of Major League Baseball, who are hitting balls at off the bat in the home run derby at 150 miles plus, and they are missing it.
I
And
say when
hitting
they miss it, and
arenas,
it's a
and
top
these little
spin.
kids are trying to fucking catch it, and they're getting smashed in the face.
You got 12-year-olds out there with 115 exit
Smash-
Hey, you
velo.
think they make them sign a waiver before they go out?
No
there?
doubt, no doubt about it.
I hope your dad's a dentist.
You can't sue us
Yeah.
if your kid
If he
can't
dies.
see
Rachel
straight.
Rachel Demeter doesn't get mad at us though, because we didn't get
dropped
her.
the ball.
We dropped the ball.
Can
We didn't work hard enough to get her in the
That's very
softball, celebrity softball game.
Who's to say it's too
That's
late?
very true.
I think it's too late. Maybe she
I don't
got in
think
by
it's too
herself.
late.
No, because don't they record it like way before?
Oh yeah, they already
the
recorded
break?
it. It's
Yeah.
probably recorded on Sunday or something.
Yeah.
Still have
Tell her
time.
we'll make it up to her with the football game this fall.
Okay. I mean, I'm not talking to her
Sir, yes,
regularly,
sir.
but I'll work on
No,
that.
tell her.
I'll text her. I don't have her number, but
Tell
I'll text
Jack to tell her.
her. Yeah. Lloyd. Oh no, never mind.
Lloyd, give her a call.
Speaking of
Send her
gambling.
an email.
Speaking of gambling,
Send her an email.
we put out some of our picks. Do you remember who? I put my picks on the thing. Did you
What
talk
were you
about?
about to say before that? I did my work. Is that what you're
Yeah.
about to say?
As far as like putting our picks down, I don't know all y'all's picks on the golf.
I put mine on the other document.
Oh,
Mine are not doing very
All I'm
hot.
saying is up to date. I have three guys I had picked. I obviously overshot. I got a little carried away. I got Rory to win it. Rory's in third, 10 under. Took Schefter to win it, -8, so he's in contention. And Zalatoris was at nowhere to be found. He kind of made a run yesterday. And he's made the cut. He's 4 under, so he's not going to win it. But then I have 3 guys in the top that have top 20 finishes that I think all have a chance. Joaquin Neiman probably not going to do it.
No, that was
Sam
that was
Burns-
a dark horse.
Yeah, but they're all under par. Sam Burns 3 under, had a good day today. Taylor Gooch 7 under.
The
Has a chance
Goocher.
to make it a top 20 finish. So I'm still alive. All 6 of my guys are still alive. Yeah, all 6 of my guys made the cut.
We're going to stay on golf. I'm with Sam Burns on a top 20 finish with you as well. Joaquin Neiman, tournament winner. Tiger Woods
What was Joaquin Neiman?
to win the tournament. It was $3 to win
Why
$140.
did you hear it? You hear how low he tried to say that?
Yeah.
He
I don't think
didn't
he's
want to
going
tell
low.
you.
What was the name of the song?
It said something in Paris. No, I can't remember it.
Oh, man.
And I have Tiger Woods to win. I don't think that's going to happen. What an iconic
Well, it's not
moment,
going to happen.
though.
You got missed the cut.
I don't think that's going to
I mean, Tiger missed
really?
the cut. Not happening.
They don't give him an exemption. Just let him keep playing. He could come back.
Speaking of, I don't mean to cut your bets off, but that's a great segue into like our next topic of what I want to talk about is like how awesome was. It sucks that he missed the cut. He basically came out and said he's not going to play St. Andrews again. Like this is it, probably it, right? And then there's actually 2 or 3 things I want to talk about this. 18th, walking up to the 18th green, he gets a standing ovation from the crowd. He gets the hat tip from Justin Thomas, from the other tee boxes and Rory. But Savvy, the guys he was playing with Fitzpatrick
And Max Homa.
and Max Homa. Both guys recognized the situation and recognized the moment, and they stayed back. And they let him have the moment himself. Like, to me, that's freaking awesome. He deserves it, obviously. Like, to be who he is and what he's done. But, like, to have the savvy to realize, like, okay,
This is not for us.
this is not our spot.
At all.
To just be there. Like, we're going to sit there. Like, that's awesome.
Imagine walking up like, actually, I need to mark my ball.
Oh,
Oh,
I have a curtain call.
stuffed it a
I have a
foot.
curtain call now.
No, it's what it seems like. It's those two.
But you know how much money they made just because he played golf? Like, it wouldn't be as big as of a game if Tiger never played
Here's
it.
my question. And the people here listening can contribute to this. If he doesn't double bogey 1 yesterday, does he make the cut?
Absolutely. I think he's on the leaderboard.
What do you think? What do you think? He has a chance to par.
I'm a huge Tiger fan. One thing you can't beat is Father Time.
No, I get it, but I'm not saying win it, but like make the cut, get through. Like, I mean, momentum.
Okay.
I don't know.
I
don't know.
I will say, the people that follow Tiger Woods religiously on Twitter said that he had an absolute range session of all, which he always does. He stripes it on the range, but he had.
I mean, I striped on the range. I
No,
stink
not,
at golf.
but no, not like this. They said he went through like the array of shots. He does the thing that's called like he does the 9 windows. So he'll hit low draw, medium draw, high draw, straight ball, like low straight,
Sounds like
medium
my
straight.
routine.
Yeah, but he's doing it on purpose.
No, I mean, yeah.
And so they said that he was fucking crushing every window pane. Like he came off the range with like a little bit of,
Yeah, all right.
I think I'm gonna fucking
Yeah.
compete here. Hit stripes his first tee shot right into a divot. He even plucked it out the divot, to be honest, but obviously a ball like that's not gonna spin. Knuckles in the air at St. Andrews, gets into the water. You're cooked after that. Like it takes all the
He
momentum.
still almost had a chance. I mean, he had a chance to like.
He had a chance to make bogey.
bogey,
He
missed the putt.
He didn't putt well, and that's what
Right.
ultimately cost him because he added lead tape for the. He does it every time he goes to St. Andrews. He hates slow greens. These are very slow greens. He's never able to acclimate very well. That's what ended up like being his undoing. But I do believe if he hits it down the middle on 1, knocks it 30 feet.
Don't even birdie, just par.
Yeah, let me get comfortable. Once you make double, you're like, now I'm chasing.
Yeah,
'Cause I see the leaderboard at 8 and 9. Like now I'm 11 back.
Yeah.
And I have to
I don't know.
make a move.
Maybe not. But like, it would have been nice to see like him get off to a good start and like.
Exactly.
But
No,
look,
he loves to plod along in the first round. He just shot 1 or 2 under,
Yeah.
and he's like, I'm in. Like, watch out. If I'm here, everybody else is still shaking, even though I don't have any muscle on my legs.
But it happens.
It's over.
I was just happy. I was happy that he got that moment, and the guys around
Knew it.
respected the moment and
Did you
gave it to him.
see Max Homa whenever he got paired with Tiger?
Yeah, because it was the first time in his career, right?
Ever. And he had a tweet from when he was in
Yeah, I remember
college
that,
or
yeah.
something. He's like, if I ever just even get a practice round with Tiger Woods, my life would be
No, he
complete.
talked about how he won the Pac-12s and he was the national champion, and he said I would love to play. He was at the Open,
Right.
and he said I would like to get matched up with Tiger Woods or like hopefully
That it
one day.
happens.
And it happens. And like the most legendary course of all time.
It's Tiger Woods' favorite course.
Right.
which is crazy. I thought it would be Augusta, but he loves St. Andrews and the fact that he
Well,
probably
you
won't.
have the history, and I mean, their history in all the courses. I get that, but
And I think that was his first, maybe professional, or he played there as an amateur, I believe. With like after he won the USAM, that was his first time on the
Were
on
you
a
the one
major
telling
stage.
the story about how they got to 18 holes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It takes 18 shots to get through a fifth of. They're in Ireland, right? Irish whiskey. Jameson probably didn't exist then, but they took a shot. They took a shot every hole, and whenever they were done with the bottle, like, all right, that's what golf should be,
18
which
holes.
is legendary.
Wow.
And you could get through more than
Maybe
that.
15
I
holes.
probably would have made
Maybe
it like,
15 holes would have been.
Yeah,
better
I
for
think
me.
mine would have been like 21 or 24.
Yeah, well, good
Cracked
thing you weren't
another
there.
fifth.
Well, you can't 1/5. That's the rule.
Yeah.
You can't open another one. It's
Mine
cheating.
might have been like 7 holes.
That's cheating.
I was literally, yours would have definitely been faster than 21.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
100%.
I was thinking if I opened another, but yeah, you're right. I could probably knock out a fifth in 12 holes.
We're bouncing around. I was
Not on
trying to
purpose.
get. I was talking about baseball, and we're talking about all that other stuff, and then you brought up. It's just a good segue into the Tiger Woods thing. So I want to talk about that, talk about our bets. But
See, I was trying to pump the QR code with my bets, which is now on the lower third of the screen.
we actually look. Now we've got something. There's no excuses. You have zero excuses to say, well, I forgot to use the promo code, or I didn't
know
promo
how.
code. I didn't know
Doesn't
how to
work.
do it. Well, now you click on the QR code that's on the screen. We also have a link that we're going to start putting in when we promote
Put it in the
bets and
chat.
betting, and put it in the chat. You click on it. It brings you to the app with the promo code already in there. So then at that point, all you have to do is literally sign up, upload money, and make a bet. And that's all you got to do. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty easy to do.
Free
even
money.
Lloyd can do it.
I wish I was already.
No,
I
I wish I
locked in.
couldn't even do it for me. But risk free, up to $1,500.
Dude,
I told you the cheat code. You're gonna lose a little money on the juice, but that's okay. It's worth it for the credits. What are you gonna say? Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna do exactly. I was talking about the cheat code. I'm just gonna use Rebecca's phone and log her in, and I've signed up with
Well,
my.
you can't use a cheat code. You have to have someone else to do that with you.
That's Rebecca.
Yeah, but you don't get the first free bet from your
Well,
account.
she doesn't know that.
What?
Do you know what I'm saying? You need two people that don't have the
Say
app
what?
to have the cheat code to work. You're confusing everybody. Okay, let me run through this thing again for you.
I thought you signed up and you got $1,500 to play with.
No, risk free up to $1,500. Here's how it works. Okay, so stop confusing people. You don't have the app, and your friend, your girlfriend, your sister, whatever, don't have the app, right? You sign up and you say, okay, I'm gonna bet $1,500. My first bet is risk free up to $1,500. You bet the one side. Your wife, your girlfriend, your sister, whoever bets the other side. One of you wins, one of you loses. You're gonna lose a little money on the juice, but you're also gonna get most of your money back plus the $1,500 of credit that you're gonna have for free, basically, in the other account.
How contentious would that be in the household? My God.
I mean, you don't think I'm sure you're checking me out?
No.
You're trying to think if I'm right or wrong on that?
No, it's not his fault.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
But it's right. I literally went through it last night. And one of my buddies, okay, you're right. I showed you. That's how it works. But now you're gonna take, let's say it's minus 110, right? You're gonna lose a little money on the juice, but you're gonna make it back with you have $1,500 worth of.
Especially if you go money line, like you find one that's.
That's my point.
Yeah,
Okay, all of this time we've had this promo code, and I've been talking about this. You finally got it.
Because I couldn't do it, so I didn't really. You know.
Yeah, well, that's it. You bet the money line.
Wait, I
You just
thought-
bet easy.
Was Lloyd serious just now? There's no way you're just getting this.
Well, I couldn't do it. I got it, but I'm thinking now you go, you try to find the biggest upset on the board that's there where you can get plus 450 on a game, and if it can't
Well,
hurt you.
but here's the deal. The problem with that is you get the other side. You're gonna lose a lot of
Well,
juice.
then they go point spread on the
That's
other
the
side.
problem. See, that's why I say you go where it's pretty much even.
We talked about this before.
I know. You go pretty much even, so where you lose a little juice and you have the
Yeah, we
credits.
But
We were in here when we talked about being.
oh, that's why I don't remember.
This is 4:30. You were not that many deep already.
I played golf before.
You got any plans this weekend
No,
outside of winning money?
we're going to the camp.
We're going to the camp. We'll be surfing tomorrow. First time wake surfing is gonna be interesting.
That should be great.
Apparently, we're going bow fishing.
Can you
tonight,
put a
too. I don't
GoPro
know
on
if
it,
that
dude?
works. Hey, we have a GoPro.
I do. I'll bring it.
It's gonna be entertaining. My wife is really good at it.
Bow fishing?
No,
I would love to see it go from Mikey's point of view.
my wife's really good at wake surfing.
Dude, do you
though.
feel like it's
The
gonna be...
avatar's gonna come out though. The avatar's coming out.
Probably wanting to do it because your wife's gonna show you up.
Oh, she's gonna be unbelievable. She did it on her bachelorette party in Austin. They're wake surfing. She is it. She lets go. They throw her a drink. She catches it. She drinks the drink. She throws it back. I'm like,
Did you
okay,
fall,
well,
did you fall
mean,
back in love? Were you like, oh,
yeah, I was like, that's my wife.
Yeah,
She's
hell
athletic. She's athletic. I appreciate that. Our kids are gonna appreciate that. I do. All right. Last thing about baseball before we start.
No
move
kids
on.
for me. I'm hopping on the TRT.
So stupid.
Kill those.
You already went sniff already?
No, I would. I won't get into that. I will.
Yeah, let's not get into that. That's
I
people people like you a lot. I think you're gonna make people not like you.
I don't know. It's a good platform to run on. But I think I'm going to get Rejuvenate. I think I'm going to go get a little.
You talked to him?
See
What
if
you gonna get?
Yeah.
What
He did?
I don't know. See if I have low
Wait, you
T or
talked to him?
not. Yes.
When?
This week. Because Jordy looks fucking swole. So I was
But
like,
he's not using.
I know, but I'd rather stay here than have to go to.
No doubt. Well, I
So,
mean,
yeah.
it's our sponsor.
Exactly.
What you gonna get, Lloyd?
I want to get. I want to look like
Well, here's the deal.
Jared Foster
Can
and Jared Mitchell
Here's
and Mikey.
here's what I want to. Here's what I
And
want
you.
to.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to explain to
I
you
just
though.
watched him literally go through his mind like, damn, I can't leave nobody out.
Here's what I have to explain to you. You realize when you do this, like you have to work out.
I do work it 3 times.
I
a
know,
week.
but like it has to be like if you want to like get to be where you're like jacked, like you have to use some weight. You can't just say I'm gonna take it and all of a sudden I'm gonna be. If you don't, you're gonna have. It's gonna look very bad.
You got to get on the Noah workout plan.
I'm on the F45 workout plan that somebody didn't go 2 days in a row. I've heard. I don't know who it would be.
Well, I have some obligations I couldn't do.
No.
I'll make up for it.
Jared was in there today,
Yeah,
I
he got
was.
recorded. He's
Was it
celebrity
tough?
status.
bro.
Was it tough today?
It was.
You said you tapped.
Yeah, I did. Well, I mean, yeah, I did, but I didn't. I did, but I didn't.
Yeah, it's all for show. You know?
It was 10 stations, 4 laps, 40 seconds on, 15 off,
Well, I was pretty rapid fire.
and only 30 seconds in between the lap.
Whoa.
That's so it's literally.
Yeah, okay.
The water break wasn't a water break.
Yeah, right. It was
Water makes you
a chain
tired.
station.
Like
break, yeah.
imagine one of the stations was literally pull-ups. Like who's doing pull-ups for
Oh, I hate
40
that.
seconds straight?
Okay, good. I felt bad about myself.
No
that
way,
night.
dude. No way. Who
Hey,
does that?
by the way, I'm gonna sit here.
I do the
First
bands.
off, I'm gonna sit here and say this too because this definitely happened today. No, this definitely happened today. Last set, 4th set, I get up there and I did like 5, and then I'm like, bro, I quit. So I grab the band and I'm pulling the band.
Tell me it pops you in the chin.
I'm pulling the band, and my hands are sweaty as hell. Right? That bitch flew out of my hand. I look around. I'm like, oh shit, nobody saw me.
Back to it.
I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, I know. I love Friday. I hate Thursday. I like the Thursdays are good. It's just all weight.
There was one girl right to my right where she was the first person I looked at, and I think she was doing like some like press on the ground.
Oh, she's doing the ball press.
Yeah, she was doing the ball press, but like she looked over. I don't know if she saw it or if she just like saw like something flying around. So if she's listening, that's what you saw. Yeah, it happened.
Yeah, I got smacked in the face.
I
by
got
a
sniped
band.
from the other side of the room.
That noise is unmistakable. Like something happened
it was
over there
loud.
because you hear. Like,
It was loud. It got me good, so I'm not even gonna lie. It almost got my eye.
F45, they're very proud of it.
just rode today with an eye patch.
Can you imagine?
Oh my god!
Popping
Hey
the
boys,
eye out
hey
of
look,
the
it's raining. I can't make it too because well my eye's not working.
That wouldn't be the first time that's happened.
That
to
would
him.
not be the first time that you did not show
Hey,
up. because
no
of
one
cosmetic
knows
issue.
about that.
Hey, we're in a nice little group text going on right now.
Oh,
Next January is gonna be up.
oh.
We should. Oh, we can't actually. No footage.
I was thinking the same thing. I think we could though. If we did it right.
My man's getting married.
If we did it right.
I
Made
know,
it
I'm
official. You gonna crash it?
not crashing. I'm invited.
I'm not crashing. What do you
Standing
mean?
up there with them. I got
Part of the guest party.
I'm going to the dinner.
Oh, it's gonna be
crashing.
fun. Can't wait.
Would
Good
you really? You should. I would go if you invited me.
Did you see his face? Wait, did you see his face?
I would go if you invited me.
I might have to make
You
part of this.
have
Invite me and
you
let me not go.
I think
have
I might
you have 7 months. You have 7 months to earn it.
I feel like I've made up a lot of ground.
Yeah, you're
You have.
definitely. You're
We have
gaining.
I mean, look, you
handshake.
made him hang out with you the other day for 2
I
hours.
didn't make him.
No, we
Not
just.
made. He
We
did
were waiting
it.
for
It
the
was
show
just
to
the flow of the
start.
conversation.
Yeah, we just sat and chilled.
I know, I
You
missed
left
the story.
early.
I had to go get my dog.
Tell me
Matt.
again.
We would have went live if
Tell me
Mikey
again,
didn't
Jack.
leave early.
Tell me again.
We could have had a show.
We did
A
have a
15-minute
show.
show.
Basically had one.
Yeah, I know. We
It is-
should have
the cameras weren't
videoed that
on.
with our iPhone.
There were some talks about maybe Jay Mitch should host.
Hey,
Yeah, that was
we're
my
not-
idea.
Hey, honestly, we have in 2 weeks we may see that.
Why?
I told you why.
I forgot.
I got a 3-day thing I have to do in Denver. So
Oh, fuck that.
we may get a Monday, Wednesday Jay Mitch host. So we'll see.
Get LaRon on the show.
No. No.
Russell
no.
Shepard did
Maybe.
confirm.
Confirmed.
Russell Shepard is going to be on the show. He's a businessman now, so he's tough.
We should do it from a porta potty.
That would be awesome. But he
Coming at you live.
he said
From the
August, he said
shitter.
probably first or second week in August.
New segment. Should
be
get
great.
off the pot. Wait, what's
Sponsored
the
by
news?
Shep Boys.
Yes. Russell Shepard pre-football.
Yeah, pre-football would be great. We talk football, talk whatever, talk business, talk. But he's awesome.
I know his goofy ass got some stories.
Can't
I mean,
wait.
has anybody had a more?
I know he got some stories.
Has anybody had a more tumultuous like LSU career than Russell Shepard? Maybe Ryan Perrilloux, but
No,
Russell.
I would say Ron. I really can't compare both of them because Ron Perry got kicked off the team.
Right, but I'm saying in terms of the position and where LSU was at that time, was there not like, didn't you sign a 5-star quarterback?
Let's rephrase that. I don't know if it's tumultuous. I would say more of like.
What I didn't want to say what if because he was good at receiver.
No. But maybe like most. What's like the word where like you're very like you're always like need to be talked about like.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
No, always like the attention. Like no matter what you do, the attention goes to you whether you ask for it or not. Like you be doing nothing wrong, but like you're very. You know what I'm talking about? Like not charismatic, not tumultuous, but like very.
It's just, yeah. You
You know what I'm talking about? You're the journalism major. You help me out.
They quit. They kicked me out the school.
I will say this.
Charismatic
It was
sounded
weird, though, because it didn't matter good, bad, or ugly. Like, he was talked about game in and
That's
game
That's my
out.
point, though. It's like very.
Especially, like, around town.
He was the
Not
catalyst.
engaging.
The catalyst.
No, we're getting closer. I'm getting closer in my head. It's like
Okay.
Enigma?
No.
Charismatic was a good word for
Yeah,
it.
but it's like I don't know. Anyway,
I hate when this happens.
me too. Oh, Mikhail just texted me back. It's too late now.
It's too wet.
What?
Is he not coming on, or is he coming?
I mean, he literally just texted me. I don't know. I haven't
We'll
read
read it.
You want to take a break?
Sure. Just read it on there and see if he says yes or no.
Okay, hold on.
I vote no. Go around the room.
He said he'll come on next time.
No. Okay.
Kenny's not free today.
Working
God,
out.
man, like what is? Anyway, he's the guy that's always, but he always handled himself the right way. Like never was in the media for the wrong reasons. It was just very, just a very spotlighted guy. Let's put it that way. I don't know the word, but whatever. I guess we're just
We're gonna think of
I was
it
gonna
at,
talk
like,
about the home run
midnight,
derby
just get a
pitch. We'll do
random
that last.
text.
We'll do that last. Kayshawn gets number 7. What y'all feel about that? I mean, that was pretty.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious.
pretty
Yeah.
duh moment.
New
Right,
Iberia's at number 7.
Well,
We're doing big things these days.
I don't know. What,
See, we talked about this a little bit
We
the other
did.
day, and then Kayshawn released the Instagram post
Right.
where you were like, "Are you saying this just because you feel it, or are you saying it?"
no,
because
but I
you
read
think
the
it
Instagram
happened?"
post before I asked you about that.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, good for me. So
Yeah,
I kind of
right.
hit the
I
nail on
thought
the
you
head.
had-
No, but I feel like because of where Kayshawn was and where Brian Kelly was in terms of like, all right, this is obviously the biggest star in the room. Like, you would want your head coach to be able to get along with him, but where Kayshawn was with his foot surgery, the obvious like flirting with Alabama, which was admitted by Frank Wilson today on Jordy Culotta's show. He's like, my first order of business as soon as I got on campus, he's like, I had to re-recruit players on the team. And he's like, I think y'all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And so, like, with that happening, I felt like he and Brian Kelly got off to like a rough start in terms of like, I wish this was easier. You know, like, this is my best player. We obviously have to get along, but right now it feels like we're not there yet.
Is
And
he
then-
100% recovered?
Absolutely.
Like he's been like balling out in practice and
Yeah,
shit?
yeah.
Okay,
He was
good.
at the Manning Passing Academy, and it was like, okay, this is.
He's back.
Yeah, he said as much. It's like I'm 100%. Like I'm back.
Did Frank say anything on the show today about him being back?
No, he didn't. He didn't mention that, but
Okay.
he was just more talking. We were talking about recruiting, and
Right.
instead he's like, "Well, my first order of business," and we're like, "I thought that."
Other
was,
players have said he's 100%.
yeah,
Bro, him
In
and
some
Malik Neighbors
workouts.
on the outside.
it's a problem.
Because Malik was balling out. Malik kind of did what Keyshawn did towards the end of his freshman year. At the end of the year. Right?
Yeah, that Malik is a problem. Like that's the one.
Like
kid-
what Malik did at the end of the year last year.
was
basically
how
being-
Keyshawn came on.
Exactly.
And then you have, I mean, people forget you have Jack Besh over there who's just like, well, I'll just grab you.
He was a full-time receiver this year.
I can't wait to
Not
see
a
what he
tight
does
end.
this year, too.
He was in
Jack.
the.
I think he's
Both
gonna
of
have.
them. Kayshawn and Zach. I mean,
I think Jack's gonna have a.
I mean, you have so
He's
many
gonna play the
weapons.
slot, dude. He's gonna be.
He's gonna have so many third down
match-
conversions.
You know,
He's gonna be a
mismatched
matchup.
city.
he's gonna bully the little guys in the slot.
He is what everybody thought Trey Quinn was going to be. He's just more physical, a little bit more physical than
Yeah.
Trey Quinn. But like when
But
Trey
he's
Quinn
bigger
got to
than
LSU,
Trey, too, though.
he's bigger. But like
Oh.
he was supposed to be that slot guy to be able to have the matchups with the linebacker, whoever covering him, and then just the offensive scheme just didn't. And then he had a couple drops against Bama, and then he got put in the doghouse, and that was it.
Foster put him in the doghouse.
Foster was his friend, whatever.
Like, y'all are from the same place, huh? Yeah. Mr. Irrelevant, but turned out to have a pretty good career.
Is he?
Broncos now?
A practice squad?
Oh, Russell's gonna love him.
I mean, he's got to make the team. They're pretty stacked at receiver over there.
They're gonna be good.
They're stacked. They're stacked. Period. They
Yeah,
just
they're
never
good.
had a quarterback since
Drew Lock.
Payton with a neck left.
We talked about this. If you talk about what's the bet, or if you want to talk about what we're betting on,
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Oh,
you
the
said
un-
that's not a
un-
segment.
under
I know,
Seattle
Yeah. What do we?
wins.
Oh, bet that. That's our segment.
Did we actually make that a segment?
We should.
Okay, bet
Sounds
that.
like we just did.
We just
Bet
did
that.
it.
But while we were doing our pre-show meeting, post-show meeting, while you were attending to Kobe, we came up with an interesting formula for an under of a certain football team
The
that
Seahawks.
hasn't signed a quarterback yet, and we're like, I think they're tanking for Caleb Young, and so the number was
For who? You
Can
said
you-
Bryce Young. I do that every time.
Who's
Who
Caleb?
did you say?
he's mixing Caleb Williams and Bryce Young.
I've
I
done
was
it
about to say, who's
50
Caleb
times.
Young? I don't even know.
Bryce Young. We think that the Seattle Seahawks are tanking this year because they have three quarterbacks on their roster, two of which are not starters. They have.
You don't think Drew Lock's the guy?
I don't think Drew Lock. Drew Lock.
Drew
He's
can't
gonna
wait to
dance-
throw
he's
that
gonna
bitch
dance his way-
away.
He's going to dance his way to the Pro Bowl this year, watch.
Yeah.
open? Me. Seems legit.
Yeah. But they have.
Who down there?
Fuck it. But they have Drew Lock, and then also they have the former West Virginia quarterback that lined up under the guard.
Geno
Geno?
Smith.
Geno.
Okay.
Hey, Geno's been better in
yeah, and
this ladder.
let's talk. Give him an.
But Geno's
lining
not
up
going.
under
But
the
Geno's not
guard's
going
more
to play.
common than you think, probably.
Hey, Geno's not going to play. Ask,
What?
Just
Why are you
ask.
sticking up for Geno?
I'm joking.
Yeah, okay.
I'm joking.
I didn't know if you had done it, and you
No,
were in
I've almost done it.
first play.
I was a sophomore, and I came out the huddle, and my linemen, we had like the huddle got all messed up, and so they went, and it was like they messed up. So I'm like, I started walking out, and I'm like, this is not right. It's like I'm walking, and I just kind of like walked this way. I did make a hard turn, so you didn't know that I was about to go to the guard instead of the center.
Well, you got smacked to play before or no?
Was that?
You got smacked to play before or
I
no?
was a sophomore, bro. I was literally just focused on trying to get the signs to make sure I had the play right. My first play as a quarterback as a sophomore, I had to call timeout after a kickoff because I couldn't get the sign. Tim Leger let me have it. Too.
Didn't you have to? Yeah, you just had to call a timeout, didn't you?
The ball got kicked
LSU
off.
do that a lot.
He had
Touch-
that face on too.
The ball got kicked off. We're playing Karen Crow.
You came to the sideline with that face, and Tim was like, "Oh God."
I don't know if we have a guy.
Hey, the ball got kicked off. We're playing Karen Crow. These big motherfuckers.
like Max Johnson.
I'm a sophomore. It's my first game as a starting quarterback. We're giving all the signs. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to call. And so like I'm looking, and they're giving me this. Like, come on. I'm like, timeout. And thank God Tim's up in the
He's like,
press
"Timeout."
box.
That's not what we
No,
called.
coach, time out.
And the head coach, he says, all right, this is what we're running. And they gave it to me, and they basically said, hey, I want you to run, and I want you to get hit so that you can, like, calm down. And I got smacked by a linebacker, and then I was able to,
All
like,
good.
calm myself down. But
Into
then
your hatchet.
Tim Leger was
Not
– he was
pleased.
big. I get on the headset, and I'd be like, hello. He goes, it's not a fucking cell phone. Don't say hello to me. And I'm like, sorry. Like, dude, it was bad. I was like, literally my whole life was snap it, find the open guy, run around, and throw it to him, and that's it. now I have to like understand what I'm trying to do, and like it took me a little while to game was moving fast.
Never got to
for
play
me.
Mikey in football. Would have loved to have seen his face in a helmet. It had to be just.
Dude, Tim
so
Leger
funny.
saw it. He was like, "Oh,
It just had to be so funny.
This man's about to call a timeout."
Especially now, my senior year, I was like, I was running the offense myself. Like I knew what I was doing, but like it took me a minute. You know, I don't know. I never had to like read a defense like that. I never had to like understand concepts.
Just
Did you play it all?
out-athlete
Did you
everybody.
play it all your freshman year?
No, they wouldn't let us. So
Oh, Pistol Pete.
here's what happened. So freshman year, they don't let you play until like the end of the year, right?
Yeah.
So then you get a certain select few guys go up to the varsity team.
Yeah.
And I go up, but I went up my freshman year as a safety. So I'm having to tackle our running backs and like all these guys, and I'm doing well. And we had to play Northside in the
Was
playoffs, and Keelan was the running back. And
That was a
you
man.
had Grant Fleming as a safety, and like
Yeah.
it was like a battle, and we played two safeties, and it started Keelan's running over people, and they're like looking down the sideline like who wants to go in, and everybody's like trying to hide from him, like for the young guys like I don't want to go in there and try to attack. Keelan ran for 275 yards. And
Was that
4
the game at
touchdowns.
y'all place?
Yeah, it was raining.
I came to
double
that game.
overtime.
I actually came to
It
that
was like
game.
they had to put extra bleachers in. It was
Hey,
stupid.
Lloyd, let me tell you. Keelan Williams in high school was literally
Unfair.
a man-child. I'm like, bro, what is going on with this right now?
And
It was
Mikey's a
unbelievable.
freshman going.
Freshman, and
It was
like
Did you play?
unbelievable.
and I was like, no, I didn't play that game. Like
Oh.
they didn't put really any of the freshmen in there, but
Oh,
like
that's like that's murder essentially.
dude, I mean,
Manslaughter.
I felt good about myself. Like I was laying people out in practice. I'm like, and then I saw him running. I'm like, well, this is a different guy.
Hey, my freshman year, I played my freshman year too, and I don't know, like 3 or 4 games into the season, we had to play St. Martinville.
Early.
They had Early Doucette, and they also had this big ass running back. I don't even remember his name. Bro, what? I'm all of 13 years old playing cornerback on the varsity team. I'm sitting there like, why? Whose idea was this? This is stupid.
Where's my mom?
You have to cover early.
No, they have to cover him. He's playing quarterback.
Well, they had the other white guy that played quarterback too. That
Nah,
also
Early
made-
was pretty much kind of
Okay,
running it
okay.
at the time. So
Well,
they
Saint, I
look,
think
they
his
ran,
name was.
they ran some kind of play.
Who? I don't know who that is. That was probably before me. Okay.
Bro, they ran a play at one point, and it was like the running back was the one that was coming this way. So the running back has the ball. I'm like setting the edge. It's like some kind of cover 2 defense, which is also stupid again. I'm like, why you got me setting the edge right now? Whatever, bro. All right, let's do this. So he's running my way. I go to make the tackle, and I hit him. He bounced off the tackle, but like somehow a defensive tackle fell on my back, and I'm just like, I felt like I was like 2 feet into the ground. I like kind of get my wits about me, and I look around, and I look up, and he was just running down the side. I'm like, fuck this. What's
I want to go on the other side of the
Put
football.
me back on the other side, man.
Dude, St. Martin, so they're in our conference, right?
Yeah.
Our division.
Yeah.
And it was always a battle, but they never had a field goal kicker. And so we played them, and it was like back then, you're not throwing the football a ton. It was probably like, I think the score was like 14 to 13 or whatever, right? They had just scored into the game. No, take that back. We're winning. We're winning by 2 points. They drive all the way down. They get to the 5-yard line. They don't get in. It's 4th down. All they gotta do is kick a field goal and they win. Don't have a field goal kicker. Their field goal kicker is a defensive tackle, right?
That's toe poking.
Hey, defensive tackle,
Hey,
straight back,
Jack Dempsey.
straight on. Jack Dempsey. He goes, and this is an extra point. He goes to kick it, kicks it, driver wedge, straight up in the air, right? And so we're all sitting on the sidelines, like waiting, like this, like it's like a 50-yarder, but it's a 15, 20. It's an extra point. Goes up in the air and comes down 2 yards short of the goalpost. He literally kicked it straight up and straight down, and we won the game. I'm like, oh my god,
Nobody went back there to catch it.
he missed it. And nobody returned it. Nobody was waiting to catch it, return it. It went up and down. Like I'm talking about, if it was a 15-yard field goal, he kicked it 12 yards.
that's funny.
Well,
He
foot
came
wedge.
up short of the goalpost.
That's-
It was unbelievable.
That is great.
Unbelievable.
There's no way he felt bad the next. Like, bro, I shouldn't be doing this.
I mean, dude,
What do you mean? It's
300
5 yards. I could make
I mean,
that right now.
he's obviously the field goal kicker because he can make that.
I can make that right now, right-footed.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, but you can also throw right hand and left doesn't count.
That don't mean I could kick right-footed.
I can't kick shit. I'm terrible at kicking.
I don't mean I can kick.
I can't
right
swim or
for it.
kick. My two foibles.
You can't swim?
Terrible swimmer.
Like, you would drown?
And what,
I'm not talking
and what
about swimming
weather.
laps. I'm like, can you, like, swim? Like,
I could float.
Like, could you get to the other side of the pool?
Yeah, it just takes a while.
No. Like legit swimming there, not like doggy paddling there.
Oh, yeah, but I just know I'm not good at it. Like, I can feel that it doesn't. But I can hold my breath a long time.
That don't count though.
So
if
I
you
could
can
get-
swim, you
I
can
mean, that's
swim.
only going to last you so long until you
Right, I
can't
could
hold it
get to
anymore.
the other side. I don't know if I could double back. Like, I couldn't.
Why do
You
try to
can't
do it all
You can't flip
underwater?
around and push off the wall.
I
Wait,
can
why
a
do you
little.
try to do it all underwater? Like, why not just
I'm
kind
a
of?
big, like, breaststroke.
Why not freestyle?
Why?
In my freestyle, I feel like it's not. When you go
So
to
you
the
rather
side,
breaststroke? That's
Underwater?
harder.
I feel like I get a good pool. I'm just telling you. Not a
You
good
can't
swimmer,
get the
not a
same
strong
pool?
swimmer.
You got to get you some swimming lessons.
I think I had him when I was a kid.
I did have
and,
him.
And you know
It
what
just
I
sounds
did?
like anxiety, right? I did too.
And
Yeah, I was nice with it. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you think. Yeah. Yeah, I know where
I
you're
waited,
going.
fool, as I blew by you.
Represent, yeah.
I would hold my breath and sink to the bottom of the pool, so I didn't have to do the backstroke. I was just like, and I would just hold my breath down there.
So you're always a turd.
Yeah.
Indian style? Did you do it Indian style?
While he's swimming laps.
Nice with it.
Nice.
Bad as shit.
Show your
too.
Olympic
How do
tattoo.
we even get?
everyone.
How do we even get the conversation on high school football? I don't know. But we're talking about Kayshawn, number 7, right? We had you put out a poll on social media about the best number sevens, right? Burt Jones was a big, but like number
I
7
started with
wasn't-
Pat Pete.
Huh?
It started
That's
with
when
Pat
the
Pete.
tradition
I know
That was
nobody,
where the
like,
tradition
like,
started.
we're not talking about all-time number 7s.
Yeah.
Like when the number 7 tradition started.
Yeah.
How many numbers are there now? People are like clamoring over the number 1, right? Like, is the 1 supposed to lead up to number 7? Is that like the thing?
That's what it feels like, just because.
But like,
of
how
the-
many? At one point, like, what, in 15 years?
Only
we
one
had
of them were
12
number
numbers
one
that are
first.
special. Like, doesn't that take away some of the specialness?
Well, I don't. Only Kayshawn wore number 1 right before he
Jamar.
wore 7. He never played in 7.
I know, but he got it.
I know, but like people are making it's like, oh, and he gets number 1. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't know that was
no, I think this is new.
okay,
Like they're connecting the dots as to what has happened. They're like, oh,
who's got 18?
it's 7.
Well, literally, I was about to
they
say, who's
haven't
got
released-
18 this
They
year?
haven't released
They
it yet.
haven't announced
But
it. Who does?
7 Banks
They
has
haven't
one.
announced it.
Right, I know, but like to
But
me,
he's
it's
not
like,
gonna
is
come
that?
back. He's gonna be a pro. He's trying to go.
But to
professional.
me, is like, is that something? I'm
We're
not
doing a little
saying it's
much with it.
wrong or wrong. Is that a lot?
A little much.
Okay.
Well, and it's classic LSU middle of the year. We don't have a lot to talk about. We love to talk about football if you're an LSU fan. This is just
When does it start? When's the game start?
50 days.
50.
No, that's when
50.
season starts. When's the camp start?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
That's a Jared Mitchell question.
I don't know.
Because
I know
wanna
NFL.
see- I wanna
I
start
think
seeing-
NFL camp is less than 10 days away, but I don't know.
I want to start seeing the quarterback battles. I want to see Nussmeier. See what he does.
You too? Do you think the job can be won?
Yeah.
I mean, that has to be one.
Yeah. I
That's what
don't
that's what
know
they're
if
ba-
they're. Yeah.
That's what they're banking on. Someone to go out there and like. I told you, the way the job is going to be won is going to be the guy is going to show up. It's the guy who can show up and he can get in and out of the huddle. He has full grasp of the offense and he understands how to make the offense run. Right? It's not the guy who's going to win the job initially. It's not going to be the guy who has the most ability. It's not going to be the guy. Now, hopefully, you would hope the guy who can run the offense
I'll
Also
say
has
this.
the most ability.
No, I was about
right.
to say. I'll say this. I would imagine that the guy.
Am I
that's-
wrong? You tell me if I'm wrong on that.
No, yeah, I would imagine that the guy that's playing quarterback for LSU this year won't necessarily be the flashiest player that they have in that
To
room.
start the season.
In that room, unless he literally gets it. And look, if we have this season that they really like that we really think they're having, like that they could possibly have, there's a good chance that guy might not play this year either, too.
Right.
Unless something happens at the quarterback spot. So
I want a guy who can understand the offense, get the ball out of his hand, make the right reads. That's all you can ask for with the quarterback position. We have enough talent in there to where
I'm just looking for shit to be back together, like
That's
in
it.
order.
That's it.
There's
And
there's way too much talent running around here, like for us to be looking the way we've looked the last 2 years. I'm
No, I
just
don't.
ready for it to be
I'll
back
tell you
to
this.
that.
I don't. Give me your. Actually, I'm gonna ask this question. I don't want to give my opinion yet. I want to ask a question. Give me the order. Let's say Walker is redshirted, right? That's what he wants to do. Give me your order of the top 3 guys in the next in line.
Nussmeier, Daniels, Brennan.
What do you mean by top?
As far as like guys you think have the most realistic.
Oh, the most realistic
to
shot?
start, not
Or
talent.
my personal opinion of who should start.
Who?
My personal opinion of who should start, or who I think has the
Who
best
you
odds.
think? Like, give me a good list of best like. Who you think? Not your personal opinion, but like who do you think the coaches are gonna like
Pick for game 1.
in order?
For game
in order
one?
though. In order.
I mean, having not seen any of fall camp, Daniels, Brendan, Nussmeier.
You think Daniels is
He's
leading?
the most experienced one.
You think he's leading in the leading candidate? See, I think
No,
he's
I
third
just
on
think
mine.
I know. I just
think
think
he's third too.
he would be third on my
I think
personal
he's
list.
third.
I have him
I'll just
third
tell
on
you,
my
I think
list.
He's the most experienced
I
one.
think it's because
I'm not shitting on him. I'm just
listen,
saying.
they
Like,
have
I
3
know.
guys in there already. We know probably
Why are you
one of them's
laughing?
going to.
Because he knows my personal opinion is way different than what I just said.
Oh, and
No, I know
not
this
only
too.
that, there
Because
was
we talked about it
there
today.
were some off-air conversations we had
We talked about it today.
can I be privy to this off-air conversations on air?
off-air.
Oh, why can't we do
I
them
mean,
on air?
I'll say I think Nussmeier's going to be the quarterback. Because just like,
I would like
kind
Nussmeier
of like
to
what
be
you
quarterback.
just said, like when we watched the spring game and watched some of the clips from practice, he's the guy that looks like he has it all in control. Like he looks like he connects with all like the other guys on the offense, and he's like when he's in there, it's going.
I agree with all that, but I also just don't believe when you have 3 guys in that room already that you bring Brennan back just to hold a clipboard.
Yeah.
Like I think he's got a very strong chance of being the
I think they all have a good shot, but
I,
also, you
no,
don't
I
bring
agree.
Daniels-
I'm just saying, like he ain't coming
Same
back.
thing
here.
with Jane Daniels.
Daniels
transferring in,
didn't
though.
transfer.
No, I agree with that too.
I think they brought Brennan back before they realized Jay Daniels was going to hit the
I
portal.
agree
I
with
also
that.
don't
Yeah.
think they realized that Nussmeier was going to be really in the thing, like he.
I
is.
agree with that. I mean, listen, you can having depth at that position is
Not a
important.
bad thing.
Well, you also have depth until you don't.
You what?
do
You
you
have
mean?
depth until you don't with the age of the transfer portal. Like, there's people that I would
For sure.
imagine
Well, at
after
this
fall
point-
camp.
Well, that's
you
pretty
might-
much at at every position too, though, kind of in a way.
Well, no, but this is I think you would agree that this is the most important
We also
position
have
on
Walker.
the field.
Yeah, Walker.
Right. Well, that's why you want to create depth, and that's why I
You
think
want Walker to be the third guy.
you don't want him to ever touch the field unless it is 45-10.
No, you don't ever want to touch the field
No, I
unless
think
both
he'll
guys
get
get
reps.
hurt.
Yeah. No, I think he'll get reps this year because you can.
I'll say this.
play 4
I
games
really
and
do
still
believe
keep your
this.
redshirt.
I believe this. Yes, in the game of football, I think it's the most important position on the field. I don't necessarily believe that and think that that's true in college football, especially in the SEC. Look who just won the national championship last year. Did he play well in that game? Yeah. Who carried him there?
Their
Who got them there?
defense.
Not him.
But
Right.
that's my thing, though. But he could get in and out the offense. He can make the
No,
throws. That's all
I
you
agree,
need
but that's
right
so,
now. I said all you
no.
need. That's
So my point is, do I think traditionally it's the most important? Yeah, but not necessarily.
And I say that with in mind that if LSU loses 1 or 2, you're in a situation where it is probably Nussmeier who stays and then Walker Howard who's your backup. That's where I say like the depth is probably
Here's-
worth sacrificing a starter that you probably
Yeah.
don't believe is actually the guy, but you're able to put him in a situation where, all right, I kept him on campus. We played Florida State. We played New Mexico State. I think we roll into Mississippi State after that. Like, all right, he can do it for 3 games. And then you're like, all right, Nussmeier's, it's time. But now you have created at least a little bit of depth in the position, so you don't have to have, all right, if I name Nussmeier the starter week 1, they both leave him. Like there's a world where they both leave, and now Walker Howard's your backup.
I understand that. Now
They're trying to protect him,
I'm-
and that it's an investment.
and it's not fair to me to say like I have Jaden Daniels. The only reason I say that is because I have not seen him enough to like.
Right.
When I watched him in the spring game, I wasn't impressed. He could run. I just wasn't impressed with the way he threw the football at all.
And I feel
Wasn't accurate. Wasn't accurate underneath. Like, and look, I
He
get
looked
it.
like he wasn't comfortable yet.
But he came
Yeah.
in there and he didn't know the offense. He's still learning it. So I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. But that's
Fall camp's
all
gonna
a
be
lot
the
of
biggest
salt.
indicator.
Was that?
So once we can see him again in the fall after a
And
summer
that's the thing is I want to see what
workout-
happens here. But like I said, it's the fact that you have 3 guys that all think that are capable enough to start right now. That's a
good
good
thing.
position to be in.
Also, I mean, we're making a big deal about who's the starter, but who says they don't split all the reps in game 1 if it's going
I hope
well?
that does not happen.
Well, if it's going well, if they're putting up points with all 3 of them, is it
Yeah, but I
crazy to
hope-
think they all, or maybe not?
I hope
Florida-
they
maybe
don't
not
do
Florida
that at
State.
all.
Maybe not Florida State, but like New Mexico State
But that's
and
the
those
thing.
kinds of games.
Like Brian Kelly doesn't want to come here in his first year and lose the first game in New Orleans on a national
not
national
saying-
television. So he's going to pick somebody that I feel like he can almost
with.
control a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like we can win with this guy game one, and then we'll figure out the quarterback position a little bit later.
Yeah.
But and that's why I would you talk about who you would pick. I want to lean towards Brennan just because you say Jaden Daniels has more experience, but Miles Brennan has been in the thick of it for LSU here.
I'm about to say, I think he knows this.
The spot he's in more than anybody else would.
I think he knows what's left of the roster more than anyone. Like, I think
Because
I just see him getting a nod to start the year.
Yeah, and like you said, you don't give somebody. There's a reason he was in the portal and out the portal. Like they had a conversation where it had to be. I'll give you the you get first right of refusal.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to start you probably. Like I want you to be the starter. If you get absolutely demolished in camp,
And that's all you can ask for as a guy. Like, hey, give me the opportunity to say I'm not gonna. I want you to be the starter, but if you prove that you're not as good as the other guys, you're not gonna start.
Yeah, and guess who's going to be the first one to know it? Brennan. Be like,
Yeah.
they're better than me. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure he would probably have that same feeling internally. Never say it, and he would love to start out there week one. But I'm saying if it becomes that obvious, you're going to have to put somebody else in there, and then you probably see Brennan hit the portal after camp. That's how it goes.
With all the weapons they have, I think all three of them could really, realistically win a lot of games. I mean, with the receiving core you have,
They have a guy at every position.
yeah.
But
And
the
even
problem is
their
it's not about-
running
it's
game
not
this year should be
about-
way better.
It's not about the receivers, right? You can have the best receivers in the world. If you can't get them the ball, and you can't make the reads to get them the ball.
Y'all
that's an
literally
issue.
sound like y'all are talking about every single LSU team.
Yeah,
That's
right.
come
That's
through
my
here
point.
since
That's exactly my
2000.
point.
Or even further along.
You know what I mean? Like-
That's not the problem here. What we got here is actually if it's going to come together and if they're going to be coached up the way they should be.
And
coached
thankfully, we have a head coach and a quarterbacks coach and an offensive coordinator who has made a career of coaching up quarterbacks who probably weren't the most talented quarterbacks in the world
Yeah.
and turning them into solid college quarterbacks.
The question becomes here is two things for me. Are they going to be coached up the way they need to be coached up? And do you have a room full of dogs? Not talented players, because of course we got talent here. But do you have a room full of dogs?
And not guys who just want to act like they're dogs, like
No,
dogs.
like legit dogs. But you won't find that out until it's game time. Or we won't find that out until it's game
Right.
time.
Also, what kind of offense do you want to run? Because all three quarterbacks are a little different.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna have a quarterback run for Brennan. Like, it's not gonna happen.
No.
No, but I
No,
think
but he doesn't need
that
it.
it
Yeah,
should
he doesn't
be.
really need it either.
I think that, and you look at the most successful quarterbacks in like this league, right? SEC, college, really even in the NFL, right? Because NFL is kind of moving towards guys who can run a little bit. All of the guys outside of Lamar is an outlier, but like all of the guys who can run are throwers first and only run to get out of trouble, right? There's not a lot of now. Actually, I take that. There's two guys in the NFL that are kind of like Lamar Jackson's a running back who can throw the ball really well, and Josh Allen's a freak show, and he runs quarterback power. But for the most part, he's more of a thrower. Like Mahomes can run, he throws it. He just scrambles when he needs to and runs. Aaron Rodgers runs when he needs to, but he can run. He doesn't. He's not. They're not designing runs for him. Even in college, you look at your guy at Alabama, Bryce Young. Like he can run. He's not going to have design runs.
This is a tough conference to be a running quarterback.
You can't be a running quarterback who can kind of throw and have success in this league.
Not in this league.
Not in this league. You just can't.
That's what happened with that Florida guy.
You just
Emory
can't do it.
Jones.
You
Not
have to
this
be able to throw and run and be able to run.
Yeah.
Not be a runner who can throw, a thrower who can run. That's what you have to do. And that's my only concern with Jaden Daniels. I don't know how good of a thrower he is.
Well,
like I said, I got such a small sample size. I'm not judging him. I'm just saying that's what I saw.
I think that, and obviously we're doing all this based off of a spring game, which isn't the fair. Like you said,
Exactly.
You said all the things that that make sense. But I'm saying I think they put him out there to showcase that he has that ability. They're
Right.
like he doesn't know the offense, but I bet he knows how to do quarterback choice.
When it all
So
comes
let's put
back,
him out there
yeah.
15
He
times.
might get in there for a good amount of that, like throughout the season too.
And you say talk about two quarterbacks. Maybe he has a couple. Maybe he has a Taysom Hill package where he gets it and he starts running it. And I hope that's not the case.
I didn't say that necessarily as like a planned out like, oh, we're gonna split the reps here. I meant like maybe not in the Florida game, like New Mexico State. We're like, well, hey, we're gonna beat this team by 40 points. We might as well let everybody get a shot to see what they can do.
Yeah.
And then make
Well,
your
that's
decision.
that, but that usually is meaning they're running with the twos then usually. Because if it happens that way, it's usually.
It's hard to think that with all three of these guys, you're only going to see one all year.
I mean, if one takes the ball from day one,
That's the thing. I mean, that's
then give it back. I mean, I would imagine they would love to have that happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that would be the ultimate goal.
I mean,
That
I
might
could
just- that might
see
just be LSU football PTSD.
I could
like,
see-
the starter might not be the best.
I could see something happening this year along the same lines of what happened in Alabama with Hurts and Tua. Or Jalen Hurts was the guy. Now, Jalen Hurts had more experience when he came in, but Jalen Hurts was the guy.
Earned it.
Deep down,
Saban
knew that he needed Tua to be the guy to get them to the next level because of his ability to be accurate and throw the football down the field. But Jalen Hurts didn't do anything to leave the lineup, and they were winning, and they were winning, and they were winning, and he couldn't make a move. And then he realized once they got to the end of the season and they were playing the competition that they were going to play, he had to make that decision. Say, you know what? This is the guy who gives us the best decision to win.
How do we make the decision? Did he do it in the national championship game at halftime? He was
Yeah.
like, bro.
And I'm
brutal.
not saying that, like, it's going to be that dramatic.
Right.
But, like, he realized, like, hey, we're not going to beat Georgia.
Right.
Doing what we're doing.
We need something else.
We need somebody who can throw the ball down the field.
And they're not ready for it.
Yeah.
And
Right.
18-year-old Tua said, "Watch this."
He got sacked. And then he said, hold on,
And-
3rd and 16, let me let one rip. Tutter game.
Crazy.
To a Louisiana kid.
Yep.
And he's a freshman, too.
Yep. He's about as
Hate
big
to have
as
those Louisiana kids
he's
on
about as
campus.
big as this
They're like
thing.
this.
Been happening before Brian Kelly.
Yeah. Been happening forever.
Been happening forever. Okay?
Forever.
So, that's what we're talking about.
Family.
Boy, he came here and torched us 2 years ago too. Huh?
Yeah.
He's
That
good,
COVID
man.
year. Oh my god.
Yeah. When
I mean,
Stingley
it's-
was trying to guard him hurt.
I mean,
Well, that's when they had what, him and Judy.
absolutely
Yeah.
torched us that game.
And
Judy
nobody was there.
Empty
was
stadium.
unbelievable.
Is there no better feeling, I would imagine, than Tua walking in there and being like, oh, it's practice.
Yeah, this
No,
is
Judy
easy.
wasn't
And
there
Death
that
Valley
year.
ain't Death Valley.
No,
ain't
he
Death
was there
Valley.
the year before.
Yeah.
Like I
Judy
couldn't
was there
imagine.
when we beat him. Wasn't too.
Yeah, he ran the punt.
2019,
He
Judy
ran
was
the,
there.
didn't he run the punt back?
No, that was
That was Waddle.
Waddle.
That was Waddle.
Oh, and we damn near broke his neck and then ran it about 95
Oh
yards
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Should have just
Face
taken him down.
mask
Take
off.
the
And that's
penalty.
crazy because
That's
like
what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna face mask a guy like
he
that,
doesn't.
bring him on the
If
ground.
he doesn't, I mean,
Take
there's a
the
lot of
flag.
ifs. If he doesn't run that back, it's a blowout.
About to be- Well, the punter before that for Alabama just dropped the ball, and LSU got it on like the 10.
Well,
Scored.
also, like, the whole Stingley thing where, like, the sideline told him something, he looked, they snapped it, and Smith ran right past him because he wasn't looking.
Trick.
Now, the second one, that was on Stingley. I mean, he just ran right past him.
Yeah, Stingley's gonna. Yeah, well, that's what makes Stingley like the conversation around him about him being overrated. You count on one hand how many times he got beat, and it's like, oh, he's not that good. It's like, oh, it happened to him by the same guy 3 times, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, he's not a top 5 pick. Actually, he's gonna go 3rd.
Right.
Like, if you can remember the times he got beat,
Yeah.
that's how good he is at corner.
Yeah. He's legit, and obviously he was 3rd overall pick.
Yeah.
Proved that he was legit.
Good job, Lovey.
It's gonna be
Quite
football
upset
season. Be
with the
fun.
sideline.
Now we keep talking about LSU. I may be more excited
We'll
for the
start with
Saints.
talking about Seattle Seahawks. This is how we got here.
That is how we got
That
it.
is how
I
we
may
got
be
here.
I may be
Football's
more
king.
excited for the New Orleans Saints this year than I am for LSU.
I don't think they have as much hype because you kind of.
You don't even believe that yourself. That is not the Michael Mahtook
I am.
know.
I mean, I'm
Hey, seriously, how can you not be excited for the Saints football?
That's
season?
No,
my
you
point.
can be, but
Oh,
it's just
you
like
can't-
there's
you
not
can't.
as.
It's
Well,
a different
you can't,
feeling,
You can't
dude.
be.
What do you
There's
mean?
just
Like
not.
I live and breathe Saints football too.
I enjoy a nice Sunday football.
Me too.
Well,
So,
yeah,
like,
I just
It
think
don't
like
hurt my story.
you could be really excited for it. I just think there's a lot more like mystery to the LSU season because of like the whole turnover.
I mean, there's a
the
lot of
quarterback
mystery to the
battle.
Saints season too, because
Yeah,
we don't.
but you can lose 4 games. If LSU, it just
Okay, but I
every
mean,
week
come on.
is just
Intense.
cut your nuts off.
But is it?
for
But is
nine-
every? But I'm not. And obviously, you obviously know. I hope this doesn't happen.
You
but
want to
is
win
it-
every game, but
is it that intense that if you get to the end of October and there's 3 losses?
Well, no, that's when you stop.
Because then
that's
you don't
when
have a chance anymore.
That's
Yeah,
when you
right.
check out and you start rooting for the Saints.
see that's
So that's my point. Like,
I mean they're gonna
That first home game when the Badger and Jarvis are.
oh,
Rodman
see,
running
yeah,
on the field.
absolutely.
Bleacher Report came out with like I think it was Bleacher Report, and it was like who had the best offseason acquisitions, and like the offseason's been so long and there's been so many things that's happened, and you kind of forget like all of the people they added, right? Obviously we know about Tyron, Obviously, we know about Jarvis. And then you like, okay, well, you had Andy Dalton as a backup quarterback. I know it doesn't move the needle a lot, but, like, at least you have somebody as your backup, right? Then you have Marcus May in the secondary. You forgot about Marcus May. They added Olave, right? You're getting your defensive end that you had hurt last year.
Cut his finger off.
All of last year. He's back. They didn't even add that in the hey guys that you have coming in. So like, I mean, you still have the whole defense comes back and you add 2 Pro Bowl safeties.
I just want to know, like, the can that they kicked down the road, was it like a 12-ounce, like, little can? Because that bitch is.
I think it was the big dog.
I think it was one of these Heinekens that they kicked
I think it was the
The simple fact that they can pay all of this to make all this happen.
they're about to,
40s down there.
there's a-
Brown bag special.
Oh.
That's what they kicked down.
That dog.
They're gonna get 2 or 3 first-round picks after this season too, because Sean's gonna come back and have to get traded.
Yeah,
to
did
coach
you
somewhere.
see where he listed he wants to go?
Sean Payton?
What,
Yeah.
I missed
When
that.
did you do this?
I
Like,
missed something about that.
a few days ago.
What was it?
He said he would come back next season for like
Yeah,
certain
well,
teams.
he didn't say it. There was a report out
that he would want to go to like.
What was the team?
there's
He-
Chargers.
And the Saints were not one of them.
No. Chargers.
Miami.
And there was another like.
Okay, well, he's not
Dallas
going to the
was
Chargers.
mentioned.
Maybe.
Dude.
Oh,
history-
Cowboys. It was Cowboys.
Bro, your boy was on
Cowboys
the
is
hot-
where he's going to go.
Your boy was on the hot seat last year. You don't remember all those 4th downs he didn't get? So, like, if they have an underwhelming season this year, they might make the move for.
I don't know, dude.
2 or 3 first rounders.
Y'all don't
Thank
remember Staley being like on a like legit
Yeah.
hot seat last
Yeah,
year?
Yeah, he was Mr. Analytics. And they're
No,
like,
I get
yeah.
that. I get that.
So if they, let's just say they put out.
There's probably 3 coaches that are safe. If you could hire Sean Payton,
Bro,
they
I'm
would
about to say,
probably
it's Sean
fire.
Payton, too,
I would
now.
say, yeah, there's probably 5 coaches in the league with me just kind of thinking off the top of my head that are like, I'm securing my job.
Hey, if you don't make the
Anybody
playoffs
else,
or you get
I would
bounced
fire
before
Dennis
the division,
Allen to get Sean Payton back.
Hey, if you
Yeah,
don't
duh,
make the
but
playoffs,
they're not going to.
or you
Right.
get bounced before the divisional round, and you're the Chargers, and you're
Sean
looking at
Payton just said, "I
Sean
wanna come
Payton
here."
or Brandon Staley.
I get it.
That's all I'm saying.
Nice to know you, Brandon.
Huh?
Nice to know you, Brandon.
Who's the
Yeah.
guy in
Thanks
Miami?
for the 3 first-round picks.
Yeah.
Hey,
Who's the guy in Miami?
They just hired
Super
him.
smart guy?
The guy from
He's
San
safe.
Francisco.
guy.
He's not leaving. I think he's gonna get. They're gonna give him a few years.
yeah.
Uh,
Who else?
McVay's safe.
Cowboys.
you know who's not?
Shanahan.
Wait,
Yeah.
what was the other school? What was the other team?
Well, the Cowboys was, like, on the
Chargers,
list.
Miami, and Cowboys.
But yeah,
He's going to the Cowboys.
I really
Like,
think
that's
he
where
is
he's
too.
gonna.
No,
have,
I think he is too. But I'm just saying.
if he comes back and coaches, he is going to the Cowboys.
They would fire Mike McCarthy in a
Duh.
heartbeat. They'd fire him this
I can't believe
year.
they hired
They
Mike
might,
McCarthy.
they might
either.
fire him after 6 games and just try to bring Sean in now.
But yeah, you're right. If he does go, that is more draft. Those are more draft picks for the Saints because you have to.
I mean, at
Saints
least
have to
2.
trade him.
Yeah.
You get at least 2
2
out of
first
that.
rounders.
Yeah, more like 3 for your head coach.
I think Gruden has the most.
I'll give
ever
you. I'll
traded
give
for.
you Sean Payton if you give us Dak in a first rounder.
I'd rather Jameis.
I don't want Dak.
I'm
Famous
just.
James.
I'm-
I kind of want to see what James does.
I know. I like Jameis.
Like, I want to
Wait,
see
I
what
like
he does. I
Jameis.
can't
Oh,
lie
that's
to
my
you.
curtain call. Never mind.
I can't. I sit on the thought that Jameis took a
Actually,
team.
I'll give you.
got
I'll
his
give
lace-
you.
he
I'll
got
give you
lace-
Sean
he got his
Payton.
eyes fixed.
I'll give you Sean Payton if you give us Micah Parsons in a first rounder.
I keep thinking to myself. I'll just say this. I keep
Shit,
thinking
just
to
give us
myself.
Micah Parsons.
That'd be great. I keep thinking to myself, man, Jameis left Tampa, and I think they went what?
8-8
that
with
year.
30-30.
He threw 30 picks, and he led the league in passing yards, and they went
5,000.
8-8 still. I'm like, man, if he could clean that shit up a little bit again, man,
And he
we might
did.
have something. And he
And he
did. He
did.
was. That's what I'm saying. He was doing that. So I'm
I
like,
took
man,
I took a future on him to lead the league in passing yards. I took a long time.
People- like,
ago.
people
I
forget-
forget.
was a little
I keep
more
forgetting that I did it, and I
conservative,
keep
too.
looking at my open bets, and I
for-
go all the way down like, oh shit, I forgot I took that.
Hey, you forget you only really know who Mike Evans and Chris Godwin is because Jameis was chucking that bitch to him all
No doubt.
day before.
No doubt.
Also, with Kamara being suspended, you think they're going to throw it around a little more.
He ain't gonna be that. He
I don't want, when is
he
that coming
might
out?
miss-
They have to kind of make that decision soon, huh?
Yeah, it has to be soon. They probably won't
I mean,
make
they
it
have to make a
till sometime
decision on
this
Deshaun
I don't know.
Watson
If
soon.
him and Deshaun Watson
That's
get
what I
anywhere
can't
close
wait
to
to
the
see.
same amount of
I mean,
suspension,
Deshaun
that's
Watson's getting
bullshit.
suspended for the whole year.
No, Kamara's looking at 4. He's
Four
looking
games.
at
Deshaun's looking at
less
6.
than 6. If they give him 6, it'll be down to 4. If they give him 4, it'll probably go down to 3.
Four, he's
Deshaun's
getting
looking
4
at
games,
6.
I think.
Huh?
The rumors Deshaun's going to only get 6.
Who said that?
Twitter.
If Deshaun Watson gets 6 games, Alvin Kamara should get 1.
If Deshaun Watson gets 6 games, Alvin Kamara should be told opening day with
And
none.
Calvin really got suspended a whole year for gambling.
He can't Pete Rose it. I mean, I disagree with it. I don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can't do it.
And
you just know, like,
also, if he's gonna gamble, at least
can't
have somebody give you some advice.
No,
he's
it's not, the
parlaying
whole
shit.
year.
You don't know what he's
Wait,
doing.
time out. The whole
He's a
year. I'm
bookie.
gonna just say this: the whole year is not a little much. When it's year one, they open that bitch up and say gambling's like legal, and you go betting on your team.
He didn't bet on his team.
He parlayed NFL games.
I know, but
And he didn't win.
Yeah.
No, he didn't bet his own team.
That's what I'm saying. That's fair game.
Or he's a
If
bookie.
you're gonna shove,
Yeah, I don't care about that.
If you're gonna shove that we're a gambling league now in my face, and I'm over here sitting here, I'm laid up.
It's
for
not
the
like he
whole
bet it
year, I'm not
against
even
his team,
playing. He was
sabotaged
hurt.
it.
I'm gonna throw a couple shekels
He was
down.
mentally
You
hurt. I
can't
think.
do that.
No, that's what
So
they're
what
trying
if?
to cover it
What
up.
if? Hey, so
Oh, is
so
that
wait,
why?
time out.
You just made that up.
No.
If you're gonna do it, you can't do it on the online sites where they have information. Like,
Right.
maybe the local guy.
No.
Yeah, right.
They can't. They like.
He didn't know that though. He's like he didn't even know what he was
He's a
doing.
novice.
He didn't even know what he was doing when he was betting.
First bet, 5-team parlay.
Yeah, he bet a 5-team parlay as his first bet ever.
That's a lot of that, dude. I love these odds.
Oh, you mean if I bet $1,000, I can win
$50,000?
$50,000? I'm gonna do that.
Which
Well, yeah.
city was it? You remember?
No.
They're dumb for saying anything. He's betting 5-team parlays. Like,
Hey, you want to keep giving us money? That's fine. I'll
Like
do
who
it.
blew the whistle? Who found out about it?
Oh man,
the
but
reporter got fired for sure.
Oh, 100%.
no doubt,
Get out of here, man.
Return on investment for him? Oh my God.
no doubt about it. But I mean, if Deshaun Watson's suspended for the year,
I'm gonna say he gets no games.
well, I'm gonna say you're wrong.
They've been meeting for 2 weeks and you haven't heard a peep about it.
They've been
yet.
what?
They've been meeting for 2 weeks.
If
but I
he
haven't
gets
heard a
out
peep
of
about it.
this,
For longer than that.
if
I don't even
Deshaun
understand how
Watson,
that's
They're all settled now. He gave him
it's
all money.
26 girls.
And
They
If,
settled with all of them.
if he 66 have like 66 massages in 17 months, 66 different massage therapists.
plays
and
hard.
Guy moves around a lot.
If he gets out of this, with no games,
Dual threat.
he has the greatest.
Freaking flyer miles is high.
Greatest. He can't. Roger Goodell can't do that. He's not gonna let. He is going to get
I don't
suspended.
know. Roger's sitting there making $40 million on that ivory tower. He can do what he
Yeah,
wants
but
to
the,
do.
How
yeah,
much longer do you think Goodell's got?
forever.
No.
If he keeps doing this, where he's the meat shield for Joe, who's the owner of the Washington Commanders?
Snyder?
Dan Snyder, who got subpoenaed to show up in court, and he's like, I'm actually in the south of France right now, but I'm going to send a representative, and he sent Roger Goodell to go up there and get absolutely torched by Congress. And Roger Goodell would be like, I have no idea what y'all are talking about. Like, he's my boss, I'm not his boss. And so if Roger's going to stand up there and be a meat shield for all of these guys, he has a lifetime deal. Like, he'll be able to do.
he's not. No.
Yes, he'll be the most hated man in America, but he makes $60 million a year.
He's not. He got much longer.
Who's going to fire him? You know who employs him?
He's not that old, is he?
No.
No,
Like,
he's not.
employed by the owners, and they have him. They're puppeteering him. Like, as long as he plays by the rules.
I don't understand why the owners haven't gotten rid of Dan Snyder.
Because they want to keep him
They
there.
can't.
They don't like Dan.
no.
He's fucking them.
What-
He's taking money out of their pockets.
And I would say.
What do you think they're doing right now? They're doing everything they can to try to get rid of him.
That's my point.
I think that they don't want to.
No.
They don't want to give. They don't want it to be very public and litigious because Dan Snyder's going to go. Well, I know what Jerry Jones does too. Like, you want to hear something about him?
No, for
You wanna
sure.
Hear something about him? Like, I know where all the bodies are buried.
Those owners got to be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But
you're
they're
right.
trying.
It's a
They're
boys'
trying.
club.
You're right. They don't
Yeah,
want
they
him
can't.
there. They don't want him
No,
in.
but they can't do anything about it because why would I not? Like, I wouldn't do this, but if I'm Dan Snyder and I don't want to give up my ownership position, and then it turns out that I got outed by other NFL owners, like, who told you that?
Unless
Here's something about him because ain't none of
unless
these
he
guys clean.
unless he doesn't have anything concrete,
Bob Kraft was getting handies, and he's 90.
and Bob Kraft is still there.
Right.
But-
But I'm just saying, like, even he was doing nefarious things.
if-
Imagine the younger guys.
Yeah, but okay, Dan Snyder's not just doing nefarious things. Dan
I
Snyder's a
agree.
piece of crap,
Yeah.
right?
I think they're all kind of like that.
No, but here's my thing: unless you have
Gale.
unless you have something concrete on them, like, hey, this is actual evidence. The owners will say, yeah, because if he says, oh no, this is what this guy did, you're getting mad at me. Look what he did. It makes him look it makes him look terrible,
Who
right?
cares?
But he has no. If he doesn't have evidence, he doesn't have a leg to stand on.
Oh, do you not remember the 50,000 emails that were leaked and then scrubbed? There's evidence all out there.
I
They
get
all
that.
have them.
But obviously they got the scrubs, so they don't have them anymore.
Right, but if somebody that was on the scrub, like, he was the only one that got leaked. And so if you take my job away or take away my means of making money, why would I not? You don't think he put that on a thumb drive? He's like, oh, here they all are.
Maybe.
Somebody's got him.
Somebody's got him.
They didn't just disappear. Somebody's got him.
Yeah, they just disappeared because it would have made the NFL look awful.
Yeah.
And so they got Gruden, and they said that's a big enough fish to get people off of this case. But
And
if
then
you
Dan
get rid of an
Snyder,
owner,
then Dan Snyder kept messing up, and now
Rodgers out there taking
that's
the
how
bullets.
actually that's how it started.
Right.
Was the John Gruden stuff.
And then he
And
was
then-
a part of those emails as well. And
and then
Adam at Schefter got in there too.
Boy, did you see the? We talked about the article. Did we not talk about the article on air?
I think we talked. No, that was the fake show.
Oh, that was a fake show.
Yeah.
So, Schefter, Sports Illustrated came out with an article about Adam Schefter and how his ESPN colleagues, with quotes, anonymous quotes,
They're all anonymous.
from his ESPN colleagues, basically talking about how much of a piece of crap Adam Schefter is. Like, listen, I told y'all, did I say it whenever he dropped the ball and he came out and he ruined Tom Brady's retirement? I was like, Adam Schefter's he's falling off because you don't do that to the face of the NFL, a guy who's been nothing outside of like the whatever stupid Deflategate stuff. The guy who has been the face of the NFL for so long, the greatest player of all time. He finally comes out and says, I'm going to retire. And then Adam Schefter leaks it before he can do it the way he wants to do it. I was like, this is not going to be good for him. It's going to have some backlash. And he kind of got some, but not much. And then Tom Brady comes back. Like, from that point forward, Adam Schefter has been less respected around the league, I feel like.
Or I feel like that he did it because they wanted Brady to come back. Like there's probably some pockets. Pockets of media.
This is like
Lloyd
that,
was
and then
working.
he,
this
like,
is Lloyd with a conspiracy hat on.
That and like whenever the Ravens linebacker died, when he announced it, didn't he like say something about like
Yeah, he
how
said
bad
something.
he played?
Yeah, he
And
like
it
talked
was
about his stats and like was like saying it was basically underwhelming.
And it was
I
like-
think he lost a lot of respect.
Yeah,
there, too.
it was
no
like,
doubt.
It was
No,
like,
yeah, we all-
it was like, dude,
whatever
read
the opposite
room.
of a heater is.
He had a
that's
whole
what
bunch of
Schefter's
players that
going.
was like going at him at like in the comments and stuff.
Yeah, he's just Schefter's
All
just a
time
little
cold
snake.
streak.
Little snake, dude.
He's definitely like 5'5".
Big
He's
chest.
tiny. Michigan guy. Even worse.
9/11 guy.
Michigan guy.
Hey, Paxton
And-
Kling's a Michigan guy.
No, but
Right,
Michigan
people
guy.
can be
Michigan
cool.
guy, but so is Tom Brady. You can't
Max-
screw your guy.
Kling's a Michigan guy for about 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
That's over with.
All right. Show's coming to an end. We had 10 minutes, but I do want to talk a little bit about this because the draft is on Sunday. Right? We talked about the MLB draft, talked about the guys.
They took
We're
away
gonna end it with a
some
little LSU talk before we go. So you go through the draft. ESPN released the mock draft, their latest mock draft, and Jacob Berry is supposed to be the 5th overall pick to the Nationals. I hope that happens for him. I'd be extremely happy for him.
I read that he's in the top 5 for number 1. Like the Orioles pick him first.
Hey, bro.
Whoever's got number 1, they said they don't even know who they're picking. They narrowed it down to like 4 or 5 guys, and he's in there. He's probably not going number 1, but he's in contention.
Drew Jones is going number 1.
It's between. I heard like they're really down to Drew Jones or Tamar Johnson, the shortstop out of high school.
Well, and Jackson Holliday is supposed to go 2nd. I mean, Tamar Johnson on this mock draft is until 6th.
Oh really? He's 3 or 4 in the ones I've seen.
But
I've seen Barry go anywhere from 5 to 7.
But so Barry's 5th. Cade Doty's 64th. So he's kind of like he's right there in like that supplemental 2nd round guy. LSU's got 5 commits in the top 75 picks.
Nice.
So
Gavin in there?
huh?
Was Gavin
No.
one of them?
It's gonna be a nice sweaty weekend.
Gavin's not.
Mikey
Yeah.
Romero was in there. Tennessee's got 4 guys in the first in supplemental rounds.
Of like commits or were
No,
people there?
signees from the guys that came from Tennessee this year.
Guys that were at Tennessee this year.
Yeah.
Their whole pitching staff's coming back though. That's
Who is it? Who's I didn't even know who was draft eligible.
For who?
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
So let me go
I think
through this.
Gilbert's coming back.
No.
He's not.
He was. Okay.
Drew Gilbert's their center fielder. He's the first guy that's supposed to be taken from them, and LSU's first commit signee is Justin Crawford, the guy from Bishop Gorman.
Shot. He was ever coming here.
Yeah,
I
he's
I saw him on
11th
his visit. I said, "You're not coming back."
Projected 11th overall.
Yeah.
He's gone.
He go.
That's Carl Crawford's kid.
Oh yeah. He out of here.
Yeah, he ain't coming.
He out of here.
Drew Gilbert, projected 17th overall to the Phillies. Right behind him is Jordan Beck, the other right fielder for Tennessee, 18th overall. Then you got
35-year-old with a retired.
Tucker Toman, third base commit for LSU. He's supposed to go 23rd overall to the Blue Jays. So that's
We might
two
get him.
LSU,
He's got a shot.
two LSU commits. And then, here we go, hold on.
Is Lipscomb?
Robbie Snelling, left-handed pitcher. Supposed to go
that's
20.
One of our signees.
Huh?
That's one of our signees.
Yes, I mean, so that's 3. He's supposed to go to the Rays with the 29th pick. Then you got, hold on, we're getting to the nitty-gritty. So this is to the 40th, so 41st. You got Blake Tidwell, the right-handed pitcher for the Tennessee.
He's draft eligible.
45th overall of the Nationals.
That's like
Here you go,
that's
Mikey
a
Romero,
ceiling pick.
53rd overall. That's 4 commits. 53rd overall. Let's go down a little bit longer. K. Doty, 64th. I said that. Right behind K. Jody, Jake Mizorowski is a right-handed pitcher from Missouri, JUCO, LSU commit. Tampa, it's 5 commits.
My bad.
Jared's drinking on the show. God damn it.
Trey Lipscomb.
Thank you.
Double
And
Hennessy
Ben
on the
Joyce.
rocks.
Okay, here's my question. And I posed this.
We stopped listening in like the last 2.
I posed this
I
off
feel
air.
like he was talking to nobody. They were
Well,
all
Off-
listening
I
to
mean,
you.
I'm trying to have a show. Nobody's paying attention to me having a
did.
show.
I'm here.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know.
So I'm going through the commits, and everybody's
Gavin
just
Gavin's not in the top
no.
25?
But here's my question. I posed this question
Might be 'cause he's
off air. I love Jacob Berry. I think Jacob Berry's a great player. I think he deserves to go 5 overall. He's a switch hitter, like whatever. The Hispanic Titanic from Texas, the guy who hit 400 with 32 and almost 100, right?
400 with 400 and 400.
Right. Big first baseman. Played like they
Plays
talk
with
about his
it.
defense. He is projected to go 79th overall to the Boston Red Sox.
How does that happen?
He must be a senior.
No, I don't think he's a senior.
Would-
but
would it be? Would you want to be a junior? Isn't that how the draft works?
junior,
That's when you
but
have you most
and I
leverage.
get it. I guess. I
yeah,
guess.
but if he's projected that low, it'd probably be a senior
Oh, okay. I see what
because he
you're
doesn't
saying,
have any leverage.
Yeah.
I guess. It may be based off of track record.
That's my only guess.
That's what we're
Baseball's
talking
weird like
about. But he's a redshirt junior, so he technically should be a senior. We still got another year of
So
college
he
if
still
he
has
wanted
a
it.
year.
Yeah, but they still kind of have him over the barrel because of
that.
age.
He's like.
I mean, look, he wasn't. Last year he had 13 homers.
But he's like your
Wait,
boy from.
who?
Yeah,
Ivan
but that's
Melendez.
Hey, but
How many did he hit this year?
32.
that's about to say, but
32?
13's not. That's not the problem. It's the simple fact that there
Grady
was 20,
Anderson.
that there was 22 more this year. Where you're like, wait, time out.
Maybe he clicked it. Maybe it clicked. He figured it
I
out.
know, I agree, but you know how baseball goes, especially when you're the quote unquote unknown.
That's a massive jump. There's no way.
Oh, he went from JUCO. He had 2 years in JUCO. Redshirt sophomore, hit 319 with 13, and then last year, his second year at Texas.
So he's got 4
Oh, he
years in
adjusted to
college.
the pitching a little bit.
Maybe.
I mean, that's a
Wait, did he only play 1 year in JUCO?
2.
But did he play 2? So where did he sit? Because there was a COVID year.
The COVID year.
So did he only play 1 year at Texas?
No, he played 2 years at Texas.
So he's been in college for 5 years.
For 4 years.
This
I'll
is
tell
his
you.
4th year.
Okay, so then which year was the COVID year where he didn't play is what I'm
All
saying.
right, I'll tell you.
You know what I'm
So,
saying?
Yeah.
so,
So he either played 2 years at
freshman,
Texas or he played 2 years
freshman
at
at Odessa College.
Or he played.
Sophomore,
Odessa Permian?
sophomore at Odessa was his COVID year. But he
Okay.
played 21. So then the next year he transferred to as a redshirt
Alright,
sophomore.
that's
So
right.
that's why he was a redshirt sophomore, because he had a sophomore year in junior college, and that was a COVID year, so he's a sophomore again at Texas. So he's a redshirt sophomore, played at Texas. So he played 3 full seasons, and
I
then
wanted to know. That's what I'm saying. I wanted to know
he
where.
had 21-2 record at Odessa.
I wanted to know
COVID hit.
where was it that he didn't play. There had to be a year in there. I just didn't know where. At Odessa for 2, only played 1 because of COVID.
Well,
Played
1.5.
2.
He played 23 games in the COVID year.
Okay.
But I mean, that's my question: is he had? I mean, he had unbelievable. Now I get it. I mean, I guess that makes more sense. How
Has to be track record.
What-
Which basically means, though, if he goes and continues on that trajectory, he's literally probably the biggest steal.
Wow, Houston Texans has reached settlements with 30 women who have made
Saw that
claims.
earlier.
So the Texans have settled, but Watson has not settled all of them.
Well,
There's only a few left.
and
Yeah.
He settled most of them.
And the Texans are the ones that are kind of in trouble, so they're trying to CYA because they gave him the NDA that he was like, you need to start getting your masseurs to sign this so they can't come out in public, and that was dropped off in their locker by a trainer. So now the Houston Texans are named in the suit, so they're settling at a much larger scale, I would imagine,
Right.
to where it's like,
Right,
here's $500,000, $1 million. I don't care. We make a billion.
right.
So I'd rather actually, if you're one of the masseurs,
You knew him?
no,
You knew
I,
her?
which
Did your
one?
brother
I
knew?
mean,
You knew one of them? What'd you say?
I said if you're one of the masseurs.
Oh, I don't know why I thought you said like my brother knew one of them. I was like,
No,
My bad, my bad.
No. We get it natural, baby. Ain't paying for that.
I mean, I'm not saying he paid for anything. I'm just saying maybe I didn't know if he. I mean, Houston, it's close. I didn't know. I thought my bad. I misheard you.
I mean,
Yeah.
mad respect if you, I guess, if it's
Well,
consensual.
knowing him doesn't mean you did anything with him. You just know him. Knowing someone does not mean you had any type of relationship with them. You just know him.
Yeah, I'm the new chef.
I mean, you were literally going completely opposite of what I was saying.
Yes,
Yeah, I know.
but I was saying, I don't know. I just put it in my hands and I don't have a place
Just talk
to
to him
put
about
it.
that bat, right?
Yeah. Oh. Oh wait, this says Deshaun Watson on. Oh.
Were you trying to trigger point something in your hip, or like what you got going
Bro,
on?
I need to after F45. I think I have a permanently torn groin because of, I don't know if it's my hip, but I had to run back here from parking my car in the rain and I could feel it and I didn't even do anything. So
So stretch a little bit.
Rejuve me.
Roll out. Roll out.
I do.
Rejuve me's not gonna help that
Oh. We don't even know.
I don't
How
know
do
what
you
you're talking
know?
about.
because that's not what that helps.
A little stem cell, little test. Trying to get.
Whatever you want, man. Whatever you want.
I will ruin this body to make it awesome.
Oh, you've already ruined it.
No doubt.
Okay.
I won't make it to over under 75
Oh my god.
for me. 73 and a half.
I'm trying to live to 120.
I know you want to live for. It's so weird.
See, why would you want to live that long?
That's
Because
what
at
I'm
a
saying.
certain
I
point, you can't do anything.
No. Let me rephrase this. Only if I'm like functioning, like I'm like
Yeah.
I can do stuff on my
Well,
own.
at
like-
175, what do you really expect from yourself?
who said
You can't even
175?
bathe yourself.
What
you
did
got
you
somebody
say?
else washing
Whoa.
your ass. Got somebody else washing your ass and shit. That's
want to
not,
live to
not what I want.
175.
I mean, people coming in. It's great.
Rain
Just in
stopped.
time for the show to end.
It
We
should
can keep it
rain,
going.
huh?
For a little bit. We'll go for a little bit. All right.
How
Curtain
about
calls.
no more boombox or any
Oh,
celebration
dude.
props?
Hey, so
Bullshit.
funny story about that. The first thing that came into my mind when they said that NCAA says you can't have
have
any
a
more
hernia.
props on the field or no more of that stuff, right? In 2009, the NCAA came out with a rule where you could not leave the dugout and go towards home plate. And they showed a video of what not to do. And you know what that video was? It was a highlight video of 2008 LSU.
I forgot about
Of whenever they're hitting home runs and guys are literally at home plate and they're just mosh pit, like kind of what they do now. And that was like, you can't do this anymore. And it was literally 90% of that video was, and obviously that evolved over the years. And then like, you can't go all the way to home plate, but like people come out the dugout.
See, that was whatever y'all did that. That's when I knew that y'all were going to win the national championship. Was like these people care so much about it.
So
like,
we would just do it in the dugout. We couldn't do it at the
No,
home
but
plate.
y'all were like
Yeah.
outside the steps, and I was like, look how fucking fired up everybody is every
Yeah,
time.
and then Chow would grab your belt and you
It
couldn't
was
go anywhere.
awesome. So you can't do that anymore either.
I would try to untuck
No, you
your
can
shirt.
do that. You
just
can
can't have any
celebrate. You
props.
just can't
Like,
have
you can't
props.
have like Virginia Tech can have their sledgehammer. ECU can have like their costumes.
Also,
We
I
can't
hate.
have a
I think the
boombox.
props thing are stupid, but
Well, the boombox was different.
the boombox was not a prop because you didn't bring it out when you hit a homer. You just had it and it
He
was
was
like.
I
just
think
Jogging
they should let them
across.
have the props, but it just gotta stay in the dugout. Like,
Yeah.
put that shit on. In
It's
the
like
dugout.
those turnover chain, like all that stuff to me is just so stupid.
I like the boombox though.
I like the boombox. I don't mind the boombox, but it's like the.
If they had brought the
The
boombox
daddy
out
hat.
to
Well,
home plate,
I guess Toronto has the jacket in the big leagues. They do the whole home run jacket.
It just needs to stay in the dugout. That's all.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah,
all.
well, it's just like college football. You can do anything you want on the sidelines.
Yeah, it just needs to stay in the dugout.
So can the boombox stay in the dugout?
Yeah.
Oh, we're fine then. We're good.
Oh,
Crunk
It
ain't dead.
says on the field.
Started it was at Miami in the turnover chain. Who was first?
Yeah.
Miami was a turnover chain, I
Yeah.
think.
The spikes started. The spikes and the thing.
Yeah, now everybody. Now they've got like.
A
You
basketball
go to these schools and they go
goal.
to these like these. I'm like, first of all, doesn't even sound good when you say it. Like, oh, the turnover trench coat, whatever it is. Like the turnover Letterman jacket. Like Jesus Christ. Like it doesn't even sound good when you say that. Like a turnover chain sounds great. And then everybody started copying the turnover chain, and it was like the turnover.
We get the turnover gumbo pot in the north end zone.
Coach,
They got the gumbo
Can we
pot
get
for
rid
the
of that?
basketball team.
The gumbo pot of P-Mac is terrible.
terrible. Can we get rid of that thing?
I do like it in the recruiting photos though for the football team. It's just a little something. They put a little. Okay.
You
hear
of
me
all
out.
people I thought would not like that.
No. Hear me out because I was tired.
Please
of,
explain yourself.
I was tired of the feet up and all of the poses and like the kind of like ninny shit. And now when you gave me like something like an apron, it's like, all right, this feels more like Louisiana. I don't like it, but considering the other
throne now,
alternatives,
too.
yeah.
I feel like there's
Fucking
cooler
take a picture and bow up, and just do that.
The gumbo pot needs to go.
Okay.
In the PMAC. In the PMAC.
Oh, the PMAC, no bueno. I'm saying for like the.
And if somebody's gonna
Recruit
come out of the gumbo pot to get people hyped up,
It should be
let's
Will
make
Wade
it like
next year.
Shaq.
Lil Boosie.
Or Lil Boosie got in
he got
trouble
arrested.
recently, so
He was not happy.
not happy. Not happy. He offered some really crazy. He offered some crazy things.
He cut a promo on the police cam.
He offered some crazy things to get out of that thing.
You heard what he said was going on at his house?
Y'all come to BR. I dare you. I love that.
But
man.
like, if you can get someone like
No, let's
Didi,
just not have it. Let's-
like,
like, I
just
don't want
get it
anybody
out.
jumping
Just get it out of there.
I think Shaq's the only one that could pull that off and it not be like.
You know what? We have the DJ.
Will
We should
Wade.
get Shaq to DJ.
We'll wait out
At,
the gumbo pot.
if Shaq DJ'd in the PMAC instead of having our normal DJ.
No disrespect to him.
Oh, DJ no more?
No. What was his name? DJ C-Mix? Was it C-Mix?
I don't know. Why? What happened to DJ?
I don't know.
We need to
I think
figure
the
out.
games got good enough to where you didn't really need one anymore. Like that.
No,
was,
I think that's when you need the DJ. You
Well, they
put
went-
the DJ when the games are
well,
good.
This when you get into the debate of, do you like piped in music or do you want the band? And they started bringing the band
I
back to
hate the
LSU
band.
basketball.
At the basketball games. I hate having the band at basketball
You have
games.
no idea.
Hate the band in the PMAC. Don't bring it to basketball games. It's fucking stupid. They're right above our fucking heads, blaring them fucking instruments.
Well,
Just
that's
play
a whole
regular
nother
music.
thing, though.
Put more let students sit there and play music on the speaker.
Well, that's the other thing is like maybe we should move the student section.
Behind the bench, but they're not going to do that. They have too many season ticket holders that have seats right there to move them.
And they are 1,000.
They're 77
1,000
years
years
old and they don't
old.
say anything.
I know.
And they're like, you know who would be good on
I
this
remember
team?
going. Now,
Bob
I'm not saying
Cousy.
that you need to do the. I'm not saying you need to
Good
do
shot,
like, the
young
whole,
Phil.
Oh, you know what I don't see you much? The 2-point jump shot. I like to see that. Can you give me a bounce
Nice
pass?
triple threat
Hey,
position.
I do like a good mid range.
That's like
all we
the
talked about that.
reporter that asked Zion if he would start shooting layups instead of dunking it to reserve his body to play longer. I was like, what?
That's
I'm still
embarrassing.
up here.
He literally laughed and he was like,
Yeah.
in the game I'm not thinking about, let me not
found
dunk
it.
this.
Where was it? Let's go. Let's go.
Story of my life.
Yeah. Move the old people and move the band.
I remember when I was younger and I used to go watch the LSU games. Whenever I used to go watch the LSU games and they used to do like the
I like when
intro.
it fully hits you.
They used to do the intro and the student section was right behind and they would throw. Like, I'm not saying throw the paper, but like they were right there and like that was like
We threw powder.
at least had an impact in the game.
I
You were
did
probably that was
powder.
probably your time.
You know who you go to the show? Casey McKenzie.
Oh yeah.
Casey McKenzie was the guy with the half basketball.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And you do it and they would throw the.
Casey McKenzie and them went to like Hawaii when they played when basketball played in Hawaii. It's unbelievable. Like he can give you stories for days. He's got a pair of maybe a kid from Arkansas started talking before the game started and talking trash. And he said that, if you don't score whatever it was, you owe me all your homework stuff. And then after the game, he didn't, and sure enough, the dude gave him that. You got to get McKenzie on the show.
I'll get him on the show.
McKenzie was
Casey,
like-
come on the show.
Casey McKenzie will absolutely. He was like not very far from. Dude, he was almost a referee.
Yeah.
Like McKenzie was like almost SEC.
Best
official.
play-by-play guy I've ever heard
He
next
did
to
it
me for your
reference.
dad.
My dad can't see. Casey play-by-played in the whole entire LSU game.
Unbelievable. Best play-by-play I've ever heard.
Like,
Super blind?
yeah, he's got macula, so he can't really see. Like a little bit peripheral, but like Casey sat next to him and literally play-by-played the whole entire game.
Oh, he didn't go head
As he was
first?
screaming, "Fuck at the officials."
Hey,
Like,
hey.
seriously,
Oh my
Casey
God.
McKenzie's worth sitting next to for basketball.
It is. He is.
Absolutely.
If you sit next to him, you're like, to the point where referees will look at him and like acknowledge the fact that he is like wearing them out and like,
He knows them all.
yeah.
Like, all the guys out there, they trained him. Like, he worked with him. That's terrible, Roy. Come on, goddamn. And he's like,
To the point where like they look at him like, Casey, you gotta stop. Like you gotta stop. And I'm like, bro. Then some guy behind me and Casey, I'm not yelling at the ref. Like but Casey is
when the guy got thrown out.
thrown out. I'm like, oh my god, we're all about to get kicked out. And this guy gets thrown. I'm like, Casey, how did you not get thrown out? I said, I don't know. I don't know how I didn't get this guy behind us got kicked out though.
I will say the student section location now is convenient to yell at the refs because a lot of time they'll hang under the goal like during timeouts or in between plays, and you know they can hear us, but they
Dude,
locked on in the court.
Funny story for like student section behind. So I got the floor seats right there now.
I knew I recognized you
right
from
next door.
I knew it. And I thought about it like 2 seconds ago. I was
To the
like, this
visiting-
is the guy that sits in front of our student
So I got
section.
the floor seats right next to the visiting.
This
bench.
kid has like all
There's
their
like-
jerseys, but
There's
they're high
like
school
there's these
jerseys.
three
Yep.
dudes, and like they're on the front row, and they aggravate the shit out of the guys on the bench the entire time. Not him though. He don't. There's,
I was
there's
there
three.
once. That's
Not
my
that. There's
friends.
3 other dudes, and they're so aggravated.
Those are my friends.
Well, bro, they're screaming. Listen, this is so good. Dudes on the bench, they're screaming at him. You suck. You're never getting in. And you can look at these 3 dudes, bro. And like these dudes have never played any athletic sport ever. And he's wearing out these bench dudes where it gets quiet, and one of the dudes on the team looks at him and goes, "What the fuck do you play? Badminton?"
That was Blake. Yeah, that was Blake.
You remember that?
That was Blake. That was
There
the
you go.
coach. It was Tennessee's coach. It was before the game. Like lineups are about to be announced.
I'm not lying.
So like lineups are about to be announced, and like they're like standing right there in the huddle. The coach is like kind of by the baseline, and he's yelling at the player. He's yelling at Vescovi because he picked out Vescovi to be like the guy he's gonna get.
The skill is pretty good too though.
Not that game he wasn't.
Hey, the Tennessee
And
dude,
the-
we got even me and Mark David sat with me for the Tennessee
Oh,
game.
like the
big
7-foot
Thunder.
guy?
We got into the dude.
Yeah, the
it was
7-foot guy.
intense for sure.
So like before the game, and like he's yelling at Vescovi, and the coach, like one of the assistant coaches who didn't do anything but sit on the bench, turns around and yells that at him, and then he looked up his name. It was Ron. So therefore, it was Vescovi and Ron all game. He was like, because whenever we were up by 20, he was like, "You better do something, Ron. You better coach him up, Ron."
Hey, but that's what you need in the basketball games. Like that's what makes it so good. It's hard to do it from
Another
the
good
They
story
were
about it.
they were
Like,
leaving. They were like, "Bye, Ron. Bye, Ron. Go
I
play
love good
badminton,
shit
Ron."
talking. I love good shit talking.
Yeah, right.
You got good shit talking, it's fun. But like they were saying the dumbest shit, bro. And it's like opening game, and the guy they're screaming at, his last name is so long, it barely fits across the back of his jersey. And he's screaming at him. And David turns around and goes, "You think he understands what the fuck you saying in English?" Like his last name was just his long ass name. Some foreigner. He's like, "Bro, he doesn't understand anything you're saying right now." Fuck you for kindness. Yeah.
The Kentucky game, Blake kind of got shut up because he was talking to Toppin, and Toppin like dunked on 3 people, and you're like, okay, maybe pick somebody else.
That's a bad pick. No.
It was always funny though, because like they'll go on like a big run, and like we'll have to call timeout. They'll come back to their huddle, and they're talking to us while they're beating our basketball team. It's like you're obviously focused on the wrong people.
Or it's so easy.
Or it's
Well,
so
no, 'cause
easy.
we beat Kentucky and Tennessee at home.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good week.
That was a good. That's when we thought.
You go to all these games? How old?
I went to a lot.
You're
At that
21,
point, I was
right?
going to all of them.
21.
Yep.
Good
We
for
would,
you.
we would have to
God,
get there
what a
like
great
we'd
time
have
to
to
be
get there
alive.
like 2 hours before the gates opened to be in the front row. I mean, we were camping out there.
The 2 main dudes that I ended up talking to, they quit going to the games late in the year.
Yeah, because we
I think
sucked.
Bayou Bengals kind of put a blood
Balcony. Yeah, they were kind of salty
I
about
got
that.
a feeling we got like game time. Jack is like
Hey, I
way
know.
different
Hey.
than show Jack.
Hey, he gets
Yeah.
spicy. I mean, I've
No,
seen him on.
no,
I've
Game
seen
Time
him on
Jack is
social.
Twitter
I know how
Jack.
he gets spicy, dude. He goes
Yeah,
at
like,
people's
like
throat.
after the Southern Miss win, Twitter Jack is kind of how it is every basketball game when I'm in the front row.
Twitter Jack comes out. I love it.
I like that. I like
We
the
made
fire.
friends with the security guard in front. I forgot his name now, but he was every time we would get down there, he'd be like, "Y'all ready, boys? Y'all ready, boys?"
I did the
And
same
he
thing.
wouldn't kick us out for anything. He would tell the other security guards would be like, "Hey," and he'd be like, "Nah, they're good."
So you can't do that at the baseball game because you got Karen and the 14-year-old son. mixed in
Right,
the
which
student
is why you
section.
need to move the
You
student
just
section.
can't do that.
Get
man.
everybody out of the right field.
That's
Oh,
ridiculous.
I remember the only time.
Every time they say fuck, he looks at me, he's like,
Nigga, you just can't do that.
Were you at the Ohio game
I
when
didn't miss one.
So at the Ohio game, when the student section chanted "Fuck Ohio," like so clear and loud, every security guard was like, "Oh shit!" And like our friend in the front was like, "Fuck yeah!" And because there was a group of parents like right behind their bench, basically like across the walkway, because we're in like the corner of the tunnel, so like across the tunnel, and they're talking shit. We at this point we used to get a whiteboard every game. Like one of the managers would bring us a whiteboard and a marker, and we wrote on it. Something about like shouldn't you be in a retirement
from the locker room.
That's what it's
Will Wade
That's
forever.
one
And we were
thing.
like-
Will Wade was awesome with that.
And we were like, shouldn't you be in a retirement home? And we flash it.
One thing.
We were like, shouldn't you be in a
No, I mean, there's a
retirement home?
couple
We would
things.
flash it
A lot of
across
things
the
he wasn't
walkway
good
at their
at. There's a lot of
parents,
things he
like
was good
stupid
at.
stuff like that. And
His offensive
there was a
game
group
plan
of
was
parents
not very
above the student section.
Yeah.
So when we chanted "Fuck Ohio," they almost started a fight with the parents that were sitting above the students because of that chant.
Would you fight a parent at 18? I've seen in high school, it's when Cane's just opened. It was probably like 2 a.m. in the morning in Alexandria.
How does he remember that?
Because I've never seen a 17-year-old knock out a 45-year-old man in one punch. And I was like, I would never fight that man. Like, fight an older man. And he's like, oh, no, he's talking shit. Popped him, hit the concrete. He's like, we got to go. And put him in my car. I was like, we're going. We're just.
Oh, your friend.
Yeah.
So you were an accessory to it?
Absolutely. Because after what I saw he just did to that man, I was like, I don't
And
want
now we're
So
on
you
live.
just
we're on live
incriminated
YouTube.
yourself while you're
I think statute.
Stale crackers.
Yeah.
In a wreck on 4th of July on Lake Barrett, and Stale Cracker was like the guy in the boat. He ran over on the boat, took off, and the guy ended up getting arrested. He was in the boat with him, and he's a state trooper. It was all over tax dropping.
I can't tell you how many times I
Lloyd's
lost
going
my
to jail.
voice.
Not the
to
first
basketball.
time.
That would be my fourth.
Well, I tell you, you want to know what's even more fun than talking at the
Put that on a cracker,
is the
dude.
women's games. Talking to the bench at when Kim Mulkey's kicking your ass by 20 points is really fun because they're all emotional and stuff. Like they don't even try and like ignore you.
They
Like
give you a response back real quick.
yeah, like some girl from Missouri, like the girl from Missouri, like they got into a timeout and we were like they were losing at this point. It ended up being close, but she looks at us, she's like, suck my dick, and they're like, you don't have one. It was
Well.
like stuff like that. Well, maybe, but it was like they and like the girls from South Carolina, like they were basically looking at us the whole time while we were talking instead of the game because they only played like 6 people because they were just so good. But yeah, women's games are fun to talk
Saw the
at.
DMs.
All right.
See,
We got to shut it down anyway.
We'll be in touch.
We're in the OT.
Say-
We got to shut down the OT. 6:15. This is good.
I knew I recognized him from somewhere. I was like,
all right, so
I
we
know
got,
that nigga.
he's at every basketball.
Give me the not my fault segment.
Are you ready?
I'm ready for it.
Okay. I think this one might be actually a little bit controversial in terms of I feel like they've all been kind of one-sided.
Yeah, right, for sure.
And since we're in the OT, my fault, not my fault. I'm selling food to a teenage customer that knows this goes against his parents' wishes. So this food, but it's religious. So they didn't get into whether it was some people in certain religions can't eat certain foods.
Right.
This kid comes in and he wants what he wants. Like if you're Jewish, you can't have bacon, essentially. So if he wants extra bacon on the sandwich, the guy's like, dude, I'm running a business. I have no qualms. I'm not here to parent your child, essentially. Right. And then the parents got in touch with him. Hey, can you stop this? He's going through this phase, whatever. He's revolting. And he's like, look, like I said, I have a business to run. If your kid comes in here without you, like I understand you're getting in touch with me, but I'm going to let this man make his own decisions because I'm not going to turn away business.
I get that he's like, it's my business. It's not my job to parent. But then when the parent reaches out to you and asks you out of good faith, like, hey, like, this is what he's doing. I can't, like, probably on his route home from school or something.
Yeah,
like
it's a borough, so it's like New York where you like walk home and you're like, oh, I'm gonna pick up a sub.
Yeah, right. And so like somebody like, I mean, just how it's not difficult for you to say, hey, sorry, I can't do that. Like no bacon today. Like for the guy, I think the guy should say, okay, the parents reached out to me, unless the parents are dicks about it. But like if they reached out and say,
does
hey,
he have a relationship with the parent?
No.
This is a good one because I'm on the side of like, hey, if I ask something, like give you an opportunity, like I get that you don't have to do this, but I would appreciate if you would do this for us because I think that'd be acceptable for the guy to say, okay, I'll help you out.
And to counter your point, the business owner said, what's stopping him from going somewhere else? He's just going to go to a different
Right,
place, and the
but
parents are
that's-
playing a
but then
game
that's-
of telephone.
But that's the other.
That's a very true statement there.
Right, and I get it, but like it's not his job to say. If someone would say nicely, "Can you just please stop?" I would say, "Yeah, sure."
I
If
think
it goes
in
somewhere else,
good
that's the other
faith
person's problem.
you should not.
Yeah.
But you at the same time, like you just know that's not the real
I
world.
get both
It won't-
sides.
it's gonna happen, just like you said. I tell him no, he's just gonna go somewhere else and do it.
See, I'm from the camp of you tell him, no, I'm not doing that anymore. Same sandwich every time, whatever he wants. Like, hey, bro, let's work on hiding this a little bit better. I don't know how they know that you're getting this. You can eat it here if you want. If you're paying with the card and they can see it, go to the ATM. We'll get cash. I get a little bit more on top, but I'm doing you a favor. I'm essentially selling you drugs. If your parents are like saying,
You're
we
the only
can't-
person that can equate a sandwich to drugs.
Bacon to drugs.
But I mean, I'm like in between. I can see
That's what I'm
both
saying.
sides.
If you're the
That
sandwich
might be
shop
your best
owner,
one yet.
It is the best. I can see both sides, but
It's a very both-
I would say, hey, you know
gotta be
what? It's
somebody's
not
fault.
affecting you. Just say no.
I think it's the parents' fault or God's fault.
I think it's. I mean, it's. Honestly, I probably would put on the parents. Hey, you know what? Like, why? Stop trying to baby your kid.
What
Don't
would you
baby
do
your
in this
kid.
situation?
I would. I mean, I would get mad at my child, but I wouldn't say. I'd try to change my child's mind, not
The
call
sandwich
a
shop
business.
owner.
Like it's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I do. That's a good one. Good
My
job.
fault, not my fault, for calling you while you're putting in a
Also,
door
what
handle.
segment is this for?
Oh, brought to you by Lance Beal, attorney at law.
I thought it was those.
What does Lance do then?
Curtain call.
Oh, that was a curtain call. No, brought to you by Doe's Eat Place.
There we go. There we go. Okay, now curtain call, which is brought to you by Lance Beal, attorney at law in Lafayette,
I
Louisiana.
can't play the video, but we've discussed this is a podcast medium now. My curtain call, if you do, can I go first?
Yeah.
Is it happened? This was supposed to be for Wednesday, but we didn't have a Wednesday show.
Perfect.
Is Nelly and Albert Pujols
That was great.
high-fiving through the net, two absolute Saint lunatics, like the bare bones of the city. Pujols hits his 6th home run on the year. He's also going to be in the home run derby, by the way, which he might win.
No, he's not.
It's in LA, maybe, but them high-fiving through the net was just an all-time.
Was it a double hand high five?
Yes.
That's my time. That's my
It-
thing. I'm trying to bring back a double hand high five during the baseball season when I was playing.
But
Hey, don't give me one hand. Give me two high
me-
fives on top.
the fact of
With the
that,
chest bump or no?
No,
chest
you
bump.
don't want to bring it
It was
around.
always here. It was always here, and then like a. It was just top. It was just top.
Yeah, down the line,
That was it.
like Devin Booker.
I like that one.
Like that was because Nelly was so fired up, and you could tell how much he loves like that area and loves being from there. And he's obviously like on the Mount Rushmore of people you think of when you think of St. Louis. And then him to have like that, he looked like a kid. And I was like, this is awesome that he still cares this much. And Albert Pujols is 95 years old, and it's like, what a seminal moment for those two to link together. And I was like, this is awesome.
I like that.
I
I like that. My curtain call. I already told you what my curtain call was. The whole 18, the whole 18th hole for Tiger. Like that's my curtain call. It's not necessarily it's for Tiger. Like yes, curtain call. It was Tiger's last time probably at St. Andrews. Last time walking up, didn't make the cut. My curtain call has half of it. The other half is the savvy of the players on the course that played with him to understand the moment and allow him to have the moment. That's my curtain call.
Do you think there was marshals behind them going like, hey, we got to speed it up, boys?
No.
We gotta
If
go.
Marshall did that, they should get kicked off.
And they did it to me.
They should get fired.
See you.
That's my
see
curtain
ya.
call.
Thanks for coming.
Barry Bonds is your curtain call?
Y'all got any or no? No curtain
I
calls.
don't have one today.
That's okay.
We're mandate on the show.
Mandate. We're gonna start mandating curtain calls.
If you don't have one, it's 10 push-ups.
You probably start
Friday,
not
it's
having
10
them on
shots.
purpose.
Oh,
What?
then I'll
Whoa.
never have one.
Whoa.
What?
All right. Great show.
You know, you have to do a pickle juice shot if you
Ew,
didn't
no.
have a curtain call. I ate an olive for the
Disgust-
first time yesterday.
Ew.
Disgusting.
Ew.
But I'll do a pickle juice shot though.
Great show.
Ugh.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching.
Pickles
Thanks for
are
listening.
Pickles are great.
Unbelievably bad.
Tune in on Mondays 6 to 8,
I will
Wednesdays
not take
6 to
this
8,
pickle
Fridays
slander.
4:30 to 6, live from Uncle Earl's. We're all live, all podcast networks, Spotify and Apple. Use our promo code MikeDub15. Use our link use our QR code. I'm trying to get out of the show, but my people are ignoring me and they're aggravating me. I'm trying to get out of here. So
Aggravating you.
yeah, I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to finish. Just trying to sign off the show. Let me sign off.
I was just laughing.
Let me sign off the show so we can
I
get out of
didn't
here.
talk?
6:20. Gotta go.
Oh, it's Friday.
I gotta go. Thanks for tuning in.
Jack
See you
was
again on
really
Monday.
expecting
6 to
you
8.
to hang out tonight. We had like a big coup.
I told you before the show.
I
I
just
couldn't
want to
do
let you
that.
know now.
Told you the show before the show. Fridays can't.
It's Mike's
I'm
bikini
busy all
night.
week. All right, see y'all on Monday. Peace out.
He's still going.
I mean, Jesus. I can see why teachers hated you.
Made the good grades.